is you draw your card.
One card?
Correct. Yep.
And then I replace it, or
nope. What do you have right there? It's now counted as part of your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So your first step right here is you're going to look at your cards and you're going to say which cards are going to benefit me up front and which ones are going to be more useful down the road.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you know,
this
you can kind of see.
Good to hold down the road.
Yeah,
so
and
I can take care of one of your.
If I have some big bad, you know, annoying character out, you can take care of it with that guy right there. So, and also he's not inkable, so that doesn't really matter. So you're going to be looking at all the ones that have this big, thick gold border, and you're going to say which ones are helpful now and which ones are going to be more helpful later down the road.
So how do you?
And to help you out, you look at these numbers up here.
Yeah.
So he's going to be helpful around turn 6 if you can play in ink every turn.
Okay.
So what you could do is you could say, you know what, I can't use him in forever. So I'm going to put him in my ink, which is what I did with this guy. So you could do the same thing.
Okay. So
he's a good card, but he's not helpful right now.
Yeah.
He won't be for a while. So now you leave it up front like,
yep.
So now you can use that one. You have one ink. You can look at everybody that has one cost.
I can use.
And you can use that there. And the problem is, you know, do you want to? So you just read what that character does, or what this action does.
Gets +2.
And that's a strength. That's that little star symbol this turn. So you don't have any. I don't have any, so it's not really there's no real point in doing it. So really what you could do is really nothing. Because you played your ink, but you don't have anything to really play.
Yeah.
So your turn would essentially be over at that point.
Okay.
So then when I start my turn, I ready all my ink. I have no cards that have an action that starts on my turn, and so then I go and I draw a card. So now I'm going to put him with all these other guys. So I still only have one ink, so I'm going to look at my inkable cards and say, you know, which ones can I use sooner rather than later. I have 2 of these, so I'm thinking about just inking one of these. Okay. Even though there's a 4 cost here, and I have 2 of these guys, I'd rather not get rid of her. So I'm going to go ahead and add another ink. So now I have 2 resource.
Okay.
So I'm going to look and see which cards cost 2. So any of these 3 cost 2. Oh yeah. So of these, I got to just look. So this is a cool one, and you'll get more familiar with cards. You'll get more familiar with cards as you go, but basically he lets me put another card into my ink. So it's a good way to like get more ink than you, like outpace you there. And then she's a creature, so I'll just play a creature real quick so we can do that. So I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to play Grammatala, and she's going to come in, and I can't do anything with her the turn I play her. But next time I can use her ability, I can gain lore, I can attack a creature if you did something, you know what I mean? So that's all I can really do right now. So it's actually your turn. So the first thing you do is you check your lore. It's you didn't exert it, so it's ready to be used. You don't have any creatures on the board technically, so you're going to draw. Correct. All right. So now, again, you're going to look at which cards are inkable, which ones can you live without. You have 2 of these Mickeys.
Yeah.
These are uninkable, so you can't really do anything with those. He's a cool card to hang on to because he's evasive, so he's kind of annoying for me. And then this guy here, so Aladdin. When you play this card, each character loses 1 lore. So if I was at 1 lore and you played him, I go to 0.
So right now that doesn't do
doesn't do you any good now. So you know, I would either be looking at maybe Mickey or even honestly. Even the problem right now is you don't have any 2-cost characters either, so you can't really do much.
So I would need to have 2 inkable cards down here to even do any of these.
Yeah, you'll need 3 to play any of the 3s.
Yeah.
You could play him, but there's no point.
Nothing here.
Right. So really, the only thing you can do at this point is pick a card to ink, and so he's gonna hurt me when you play him if I have lore. He's gonna be annoying for me to deal with. He's just the basic like 1 cost, but he's got a little bit of life and health. So you could choose one of these Mickeys. That's probably the most beneficial for you. it's expendable. You have a replacement, and it's probably the least annoying of the other options that you might have.
Okay, so now I have 2 inkable.
You have 2 inks that you can spend, but you have a 5, a 1, and 3s.
Yeah,
so
I can't really,
your time to shine is next round. So when you're done, I'm gonna ready my ink. I'm gonna draw a card.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I go.
So that's why it's also important when you draw your first 7, you really want to have something to do in your first turn, second turn, third turn, so you can kind of so you're not in this kind of position. Because right now you have a lot of mid cards, right? 3s and 5s. So and that's kind of like this how this deck kind of plays out in a way. This deck has a lot of early stuff, so that's the only why the reason why I kind of like it, because you can get some stuff out quickly. So I'm gonna choose a card to ink because you really want to do that every turn. And I'll just do this high cost one just for giggles, and it's inkable. You always got to show your opponent that it's inkable. So now I have 3. And I played a creature last time. Let me go ahead and play an action, and I'll show you just what it does.
Okay.
So it's just a 2 cost.
Are you playing?
We're watching. They're playing right now.
Well, you get a Tinkerbell, and you get a Tinkerbell. Thank you. You've already got it.
I'll take another.
Oh yeah, you don't need that one. I'll take that.
Oh, thank you.
It is a good one. I'm trying to get 4 of this.
Thank you.
So he's cool because he's a song. So anything, and I can actually sing it, but I'll show you how the lore works if I don't. So it says here, a character with a 2 cost or more can sing. So Grammatala has a cost of 2, so she could sing this card in, and then it plays the action, right? So put the top card of your deck in your inkwell, face down and exerted. So what that means is I got to take this card right here without me or you knowing what it is, and now it's in my inkwell and it's exerted, it's tapped, so I can't do anything with it.
I'm gonna take this Tinkerbell out of your way because that's not really. That's what he just gave him. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's
okay.
fine. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if you're like.
Oh no.
playing extra cards.
That's his hand. I don't really.
Yeah.
And so this is an action, so it's a 1 and done. So he goes in my thing here. So now I have 4, and I have these 3 tapped. The only thing I can do right now, which is going to benefit me, is I can quest, and I can quest for 1 lore. And what that means is my little counter goes from 0 to 1. The counter that I keep knocking off the table. So I'll do that just to show you that. So I go from 0 to 1. I can't do anything else right now. So now it's your turn.
So I draw.
So you're gonna draw.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, these are cool.
Alright, so I got another Peter Pan.
Oh, sweet.
So
what are you thinking? What are you thinking about right now? You really want to play an ink. You really want to find an ink card. So what do you think?
So I was thinking ink this guy.
Okay. Yep.
Eventually, I'll do like a
So that'll be 3. So once I've inked, I can't do anything else on that turn?
You can. The cool thing about this
Yeah,
game
that was good.
is you can do anything in any order.
Okay.
You can attack me, you can quest, you can play an action, you have to draw a card first. You can ink something.
Okay.
The order of operation is very important because certain cards, you can manipulate that order of operation in your favor.
Okay.
So like if you had a card, let's say that said, when you play this, heal a character you have for 2 health. And let's say I had a card like this tapped, you could attack me, kill my guy, and then play a card and heal yours. So it's like the order of operation really matters.
Okay.
But here's the cool thing: you have 3 ink now, so you can play any of these three card costs. So what you should think about is like, what do I have on the board? I have a 1/1.
So I could play this guy to.
You could play that guy. You could play him and put him down in front of you, and then
That would send you back to 0.
yes. So then when you it says when you play this card, each character, each opponent loses a lore. So if you play him, I go back to 0. Correct.
And it doesn't hurt me because I haven't had 1 lore to begin with anyway.
Correct. Yes, it's just your opponents. Your
Well,
opponent
I
goes to.
was reading each. Okay, it says each opponent. Okay.
Yeah, each opponent. Yeah. So
Okay,
he's
so-
going to. So if you want to shift these guys over here, kind of like how I have mine, kind of fanned out to the side,
Okay.
and we'll keep these over here. So that's your hand. This is your hand.
Okay.
So you're going to exert 3 ink by turning them sideways or like on a little angle.
Okay.
Yep.
so that I know that they're...
Yeah, you're paying the cost for that Aladdin, and that Aladdin costs 3, and that's Aladdin's going to sit face up,
Okay.
in right in front of you.
Sideways.
He's technically unusable right now
Okay.
because he has like they call it like summoning sickness in a way. He can't do anything, but he has an on-play action, so that action happens. So I go from 1 lore to 0 lore.
Well, hang on.
And so now you have a 2/2 sitting on the board,
Grab a chair.
and
Grab a chair.
there's really not much else you can do at the moment.
Okay.
Because you have no more ink. Did you draw a card? You drew him, I think.
I drew...
Or you drew Peter.
Peter.
Okay, so your turn is essentially done. You have no more ink. You played a character. We did the action.
So do these, now that they've been played, go to my discard?
They don't. These stay here forever.
Okay.
Unless I play a card that somehow removes one, which I don't think there's one that exists in the first chapter.
Okay.
So, yeah, these are going to stay here forever. This whole game.
Building forward to those, since I've used this for this,
Yep.
I'm back to 0.
No. Nope. So at the beginning of your turn, you're going to at the beginning of your turn, you're going to tap everything back up. So everything's going to be usable again.
Okay.
Yeah. So every turn, you really want to try to ink something because that just accumulates. In the beginning of every turn, everything is usable again. So everything turns back up, right? And now I have 4 ink, I have these cards, and I draw. Okay? So I'll draw. And so I don't really care about this. So I'm going to ink it. So now I have 5 ink to play with, right? So everything's in play, right? So I'll put this guy out just to kind of show you. So I'm going to tap 2 because it costs 2. Yeah, he's an item. So basically, if I can get rid of this at some point, and I can banish a item card. So he's just going to sit kind of like down here.
Okay.
Like items would go down here, creatures would go across the top, things like that. And then I don't know. I can play. You have a 2/2. I'll play my 2/2. How about that? So then I'll tap another 2, and I'll play Aurora. Okay. And so Aurora can't really do anything.
But she can do 2 lore.
She can quest for lore, but she can't do anything the moment you play her.
Okay, so
Remember?
it'll be next turn.
So it's kind of like yours. You couldn't do anything when you played him. They can't do anything when they hit the board. I can't quest. I can't do any of that kind of stuff. But you have an ability that plays when you play the card.
Okay.
So she can't really do anything. So what I'll do is we'll simulate some combat here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and quest. Right? I'll quest for 1. She's exerted because she just got played. I'm going to exert Grammatala to quest for 1. So I'm going to go back from 0 to 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you go. And then I'll explain what your options are. So the first thing you do is you make 2. Yep, and put your ink back up. Yep. Then you draw a card. And you got a Meg? Yeah. All right. So again, your logic right now is which one of these cards do I not need? Which ones are inkable? Which ones are not inkable? What did I play? How do I counter that? That kind of stuff. And so again, that's just going to come with time, but that's just what you kind of want to think about at this moment. And so really your only inkable cards are these guys right here. They all have evasive, so they're kind of cool.
So you don't have anything right now that can combat?
I don't have anything that can combat evasive right now. I do have items in my deck that I can just, kind of like this guy, where I can just wipe something out. And you'll know that as you play different colors, what I might have and what you might have. If I'm playing something, and if I'm playing an opponent and I know that he's playing a red deck, I know this card's hidden somewhere, so it's going to like mess with my mind, you know?
Okay.
But, so right now we got to choose a card we want to ink. And you don't have to, but it's just a good thing to keep up with because I'm going to do it, and I'll outpace you after a while.
Alright.
So these are the uninkables.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. So you can really choose anything you want. Since those have evasive again, you can read Meg and see what she does and see what you think about that.
Character. So this will give someone
Plus
if I
2
play
attack.
This, it would give.
You give Aladdin
2 more attack.
Yes, he would be a 4/2 for this turn. And the reason you would be interested in something like that is if I had a big body on the table here, and I quested for it last time, you can actually attack me, and she would give that character a boost, so you could attack me and potentially take my character out. Where otherwise you couldn't, because it's just like a 2/2, you know? If I had this guy on the board, tapped, you could play her, beef him up to a 4/2, and attack me, and your 4 damage is more than my 3 life, and you would banish me. But I would banish you too, because I have a 3 and you have a 2 for your life. So it would be like a trade, you know what I mean? Okay, so just things to think about. So she's kind of cool.
So, okay. And if I want to play her, I just put it up here.
If you wanted to play her, the cost is 2.
Okay,
So you need to turn 2, and you haven't inked a card yet, so you could ink another card.
I guess I'll use the Mickey.
The Mickey is pretty basic. He does have a good like life to willpower ratio, but if you want to choose something, that's not a bad choice. It could be a pan, it could be whatever you want. Again, it's educational, so we'll just go like that.
Because I want to use these later so that you only have a specific. It's less.
So if you played them early, I really don't have anything that can combat these except for cards kind of like this. I have my own versions of this, not as powerful. If you got these guys out early, I can't do anything about it.
Okay.
But if I have cards that could take them out, I could take them out. So it's kind of like, do I hold them? Do I not?
Yeah.
If you brought them out now, you could quest every single round for 1 lore, and I couldn't do anything about it until I could, you know?
Okay.
So one mechanic I want to show you real quick is challenging, okay? Challenging is only done when a character I have is exerted, right? So I quested last round, so this character is exerted. So she's now open, she's vulnerable to attack. She's on a quest, right? Your characters here are ready to go, and any one of these can attack my Grammatala
Okay.
and take her out, okay? So she's not in the same kind of form because she's got like summoning sickness. She's just kind of hanging out for the moment. She didn't quest, she didn't have an action. Grammatala is vulnerable. Now, I want you to attack her because if you read the stuff there, it says when this character is banished, if you kill my character, you may put this card in my inkwell, so then I go to 6. So she's kind of like an annoying character, you know, for you.
Yeah, okay. So there's not. You get.
I get a benefit for you killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't get anything.
You don't get anything except for this character. I'm going to quest every single turn with this character because I'm going to gain 1 lore.
To get the lore. Yeah.
I win either way. I get
So-
1 lore each round,
Okay.
and if you eventually want to stop me, it then goes to my inkwell and helps me play bigger cards later. So she's cool. She's a good character.
Yeah.
So you could attack her, and if you did, I have a 1/1, you have a 2/1, and a 2/2, but you have this ability here that when you played this card, he turns into a 4/2. He gets +2 attack, right? So he's a 4/2.
Can you only attack once?
You can attack whenever I'm exerted, and you can challenge me whenever I'm exerted. Okay, so you're not attacking my lore; you're attacking my character.
Yeah.
So,
But I wouldn't need to use her
to
attack
buff him
with
up.
this guy because he's already got.
Correct. Yeah. The ideal play would be if I had somebody a little more powerful, like a 4 something, a 4 willpower something, because you can beef him up to a 4 and take me out. So, if you wanted to take her out, you can just do the math. If you attack me with this one, you're going to do 2 damage to my 1, and I'm going to do 1 damage to your 1.
So that would negate both cards.
I would kill you. You would kill my character, and then mine would go in the inkwell. Yours would go in the discard.
But if I attack with this one, he survives.
He would turn into a 2/1.
But then do I put one of these guys?
Absolutely, correct. Yes. So you have a decision to make. The decision is: do you want to take her out now and challenge with him? You take 1 damage that stays on your character. My character goes to my inkwell, and he's now a 2/1 going forward. So it's up to you. Or you could do nothing, and you could quest with him. You could say, I'm going to go on a quest. I'm going to tap him and go on a quest, and I'm going to gain 1 lore. The benefit of that is you're going to get 1 lore, and we'll be tied again, even though it's an early game. It doesn't really matter. The disadvantage of that is now my turn. I could say, well, my Aurora, now she's ready to go. She's a 2/2, you're a 2/2. We're going to trade off. But would I do that? Because I have a 2 lore character and you have a 1, so it's more advantageous for me to keep her alive. You know what I mean?
Camera anytime you want to.
So it's kind of a trade-off. That's where all the decision-making and all the brainstorming needs to come up.
Yeah.
So the decisions here is: do you want to quest? Do you want to challenge? Do you want to do nothing? That's your dilemma at the moment.
I kind of want to just get her out of the way because if I don't,
She's a growing problem.
Right.
She will always quest every turn unless something, you know, happens.
So I'm gonna attack her.
Okay, so you're gonna challenge.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So does that need to go sideways? Or
You don't have to. You could just say I'm challenging, and you can kind of slightly, just so we know.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take 2 damage. She goes face down on my inkwell, so she's gone.
But she's now.
She's now useful in another way.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Exactly.
So does that now go to 0 back to 0 or? Okay.
It does not, because this is a lore. I didn't lose lore. I lost my character.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you lost the ability
To continue gaining lore. Correct.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
need to-
So I think you already drew.
Okay.
I think you drew a pen.
Yeah.
So you have 2 ink left over. You played her, so she can't do anything.
Yeah.
You have 2 more ink, and you don't have any characters you can play with 2 ink, so you're essentially
I'm
done.
pretty much done.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do?
Now I could
Well, you
just
stay
go-
tapped, because then it's so then it's my turn to go. So I'm going to ready everything that's exerted, right? So I'm going to ready her. I'm going to ready my ink. Here's my hand. And I'm going to draw a card. So you always ready everything. You look at the cards. You see if there's any action that happens at the beginning of your turn. If not, draw a card. And I have Detective Mickey. So he's another card where if I play him, I can take a card and put it here in my inkwell. So I have 6 ink. I'm pretty good on ink right now. Not too worried about that. So I think what I'll do is I'll just play. I don't know. I'll do my Mickey, right?
Okay.
Just to have some interesting numbers on the board. So I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna pay 3. So I paid 3 ink. I'm playing Mickey, and he says when you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck in the inkwell exerted. One of the keywords on here, and the wording is very purposeful in the game. It says you may, meaning it's a choice.
Okay.
So it doesn't say you have to. So and it also doesn't say that we have to know what the card is. It says take it from here and you put it here exerted. So I could follow the rule here, or I could not, but I'm going to this time just to get another one, right? So the phrases they use are very purposeful. So I'm going to take 1, I'm going to put it right here exerted. So I still have 3. Yes.
Since you just drew him, does he not have to dry?
He has to dry. I can't quest with him.
But you can put him down. You can play him, but you just can't.
Yes, he's got summoning sickness.
You have to use.
He's
You have
drying.
to use ink to even play him.
Correct. Yeah. So I paid the 3. I played him. He has an on play ability, so I went ahead and did the on play ability, which is put the card down. I can't quest because he's drawing. He's a drawing, right? And so there we are. So I can't really do much more with him. This one here, I can choose, since you challenged before with that character. This one's kind of got summoning sickness in a way. I could attack into him, but you're going to take me out. Because you have 2 attack and I have 2 willpower. So what I'm going to do is, just for sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and quest, and I'm going to gain 2 more lore. So I go to 3. Okay. And I'm just going to call it there. I'm good. Now it's your turn. So this is your hands. We'll kind of separate those a little bit. So everything that's exerted goes back into the ready position. Yep. And then this guy gets readied. And this is your hand, so we're not worried about that. You're going to draw a card.
Yep. So I will play.
So do you want to ink anything, or do you want to play anything?
I want to ink this guy, I guess.
Okay. So inking goes down here. Or you want to play him?
No,
or
I don't want to. I want to
okay.
play him.
Gotcha. Yep.
And then.
So you paid 3, and you're going to put him down, and he's just going to hang out for the minute.
Okay.
So your next thing you're going to think about is, do you want to ink something? You have 2 inkable cards. You have your Pan and your Meg.
So.
Yeah, when you play her, she'll bump up some numbers.
But right now, I don't have much that needs to be bumped. So
yeah.
I will ink her.
Yep, so you have 2. So you don't really have anything else you can play at the moment.
Yeah.
Your next decision is, do you want to quest, or do you want to attack? You want to challenge.
I can't
do anything
this
with
guy
him.
because he just got played.
Yeah.
But I could with.
You can quest with both of those guys if you want to, and you would gain 1 lore and 1 lore, which is 2. Or you can choose to attack my guy, because he has 2 attack. He's got 2 attack. I have 2 life, so either one of these 2 would kill my guy. would banish mine. We don't like to kill in Disney.
Yeah.
It's banishing in Disney.
So it would be more advantageous to attack with this one because he's already down 1 life.
Well, if you think about it, they're the same right now. He's a 2/1. He's a 2/1.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you really look at it, they're the same, and they don't have any cool things that they don't have any cool effects on them that would really kind of figure into that calculation. Yeah.
All right. So I will then.
So I can't see a difference between either one.
I'll just attack with this guy.
So you're gonna challenge mine. So you're gonna do 2 to me, and I'm gonna do 2 to you. They're both banished. So you can put your counter back. Goes in the discard. There you go. So then you have these 2 guys left. So you still have her. You still have Meg. You could quest with her, or you could do nothing. If you quested, you're exerted, and I'm now able to attack your guy. And then that's when you start looking at the numbers, right? So I do 1 damage to your 1. I could take her out. You would do 2 to my 3. So I would be a 1/1.
Yeah. So if I did that, it doesn't. I would. Would you get a lore, even if they?
You only get a lore if you quest. So if you
Right, but
quested,
if I quest, I get a lore.
Yes.
But you can attack when you take this card
on my
out.
turn, if I challenge you, you keep your lore, but you lose your character. And then I go down to a 1/1.
Okay, well then I will do that so that I can at least
Okay, cool. All right.
get on the board.
And then is there anything else you can do? I don't think so. You tapped your inks.
Yeah, so
You have
I've
2,
only got
but
2, but
everything
nothing.
costs 3. He's got summoning. You just played him, so he's still drying.
So
And
next,
she's quested. So you're done, essentially. Your turns are over.
okay. So next turn, would this guy be available for questing?
Correct. And there's nothing I can do about it. So that's good. So if it's my turn, I'm going to go ahead and ready everything. So I have those. I have no start of turn abilities. I'm going to draw. So Maleficent. So I have 2 options for ink. 1 option to, expand the ink that I have, basically with 1 jump ahead, or I have these 2 characters. And so what I'm thinking about right now is I can't touch this guy right now because he's got evasive, and so you're going to be gaining 1 every turn until I can do something about it. And so Tigger.
Oh.
Yeah, right. So I'll just here. I'll play 4 and play Maleficent. Why not? That's a good card.
Hey, how about I go home and come back? We go take the
And we-
girls some dinner.
We can call it whenever you want to.
Well, no, I'm fine with him keep playing.
Okay.
Our daughter is starving.
Yeah, mine was in the corner. I don't know where she went.
You want me to go get her?
Did you want to go take him?
Nice.
I can go get Lily with Chick-fil-A and that's good. Okay. Because y'all keep playing. I don't want to mess you up.
Alright.
I just
Yeah, of course.
thought. Okay. I'm gonna take all this. I did want to ask.
Sure, go for it.
So we have the extra cards. How does that come into play? Like, would
Yeah.
you only have a certain amount of cards in your deck that you start with?
60 cards.
So you would just replace some.
Yeah, so what you're going to do is they did a good job of building just very basic decks. There's nothing really rare in these decks. There's a couple things like that, but the majority of these cards are going to be commons and uncommons.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would open those booster packs.
Yeah.
You would see what kind of color you can mix into here, and then you would take out cards that you think are a little bit worse, and you would supplement them with better
Okay.
cards.
Because you're only
So-
mixing in that go with that pack. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like for instance, I have blue steel,
Yeah.
right? And so and so then I would basically look for any kind of blue steel, and then I would take care of that. So, or I would swap those cards in.
Okay.
You have emerald and ruby, so you would do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, which is cool. Is I think you have 1 or 2. I don't remember how many of those you have in your deck. Oh, you have 3 at least. If you had 4 in a booster pack, you could take one of your other cards out and make 4 copies. So 60 cards, 2 ink colors, 4 of any 1 card.
Okay.
That's how that works out.
Okay.
Yeah. And just keep in mind, like for instance, I think you had a couple different Peter Pans or Aladdins or something like
Yeah,
that.
we get a lot of people.
So as long as it's not 4 the same exact card, you can have 4 Peter Pans in this version, 4 Peter Pans in the next version, 4 Peter Pans in the
Okay.
next version. So
Okay.
yeah.
Do you want to keep playing, or do you want to let him play? Or are you going to play for a little bit longer?
I'll finish out and then
Okay. I'm going to take all this, unless you want any of it.
no, you can take it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. So I just played Maleficent, and then I have this guy right here. You went ahead and did this.
You did
So
the better chance. Yeah.
I am going to challenge
Okay.
your Meg. So I'm going to do 1 to your 1, and you're going to do 2 to my 3. So I'm going to be a -2, and that your Meg gets banished.
Okay.
So your Meg goes into the
Discard.
discard, correct. But he's exerted now, so you could, in theory, on your turn, swing into him and take him out, and we'll go over that.
Okay.
So I still have another turn. I still have more ink and more cards, so I'm going to pay my 3 and play Kristoff. So I'm just going to start going wide on him. I'm going to start going wide. So there's nothing else I can really do. These guys can't quest. They can't do anything else. So now it's your turn. So your first stage is ready, and then there's no card you have that has an on-turn effect, and now you draw.
Another one. All right. So I will.
So here's a cool thing to think about. You have 5. You have 5
So
ink.
I could.
You could play Dragonfire and eliminate any one of my cards. I will say I will have better cards coming,
Right.
but that's just something you can think about once you
At
hit
this
5.
point, yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I would like to save that for later when
You could
got
definitely save it for later.
beefier cards. So
Yes.
so right now it's not using it on these. It would be somewhat of a waste.
It would be, yes. But that's something that I have in the back of my mind, because I technically can't see your hand. I'm going to say, man, he's got 5 ink. He could have a Dragonfire, and if I have a real juicy card, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to play this? Because as soon as I play it, you can just knock it right out. So that's something that I would have in the back of my mind.
Okay.
So your options now is you can either ink, or you can play some stuff. You can do whatever you want to do there.
So I will ink
Yep.
this other Peter Pan on here,
Great, another evasive.
and then
Gotta deal with that.
I will quest.
Perfect. So you
This
gain
guy.
what? You gain a lore. And you have 2 ink left. You could play a Meg.
Yeah, I'll do that just to get her on the board.
Yeah, so something to consider though is if you play her, her abilities is kind of wasted in a way.
Okay, I see.
Because
So,
you can't do anything with him.
Yeah.
'cause you just
so
played
then
it.
I will just save that. I won't-
You could play her, you could save it, whatever,
I'll
or
save
you can
it.
ink her. You could do whatever you want. You know, it's that's the thing.
So
So these guys are cool too, because you could pay 3. If you did ink her, you would have 3 ink, and then you could play this guy, which is return the chosen character to the player's hand. So you could bounce one of these guys back to my hand.
okay, so I
So.
do. So these have. I could play these as long as I have 3.
Correct, but they're also songs, so characters that have a 3 cost or more could sing them.
So this guy could sing that.
He could have, but you already exerted him to go on a quest.
Okay. And I can't. He can't sing it because I just put him on the field.
Yeah. Let me double check that one real quick, because that might not be the case.
We have some more coming in like September. Alright.
Anything that makes an exercise.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so we can't do anything with him because he's still drying technically, but
So-
he could sing. You could sing that song in next turn.
Yeah, but not right now. I cannot.
Correct.
So technically, I don't have any other viable moves.
You don't, besides inking this character or playing the character and kind of.
Yeah. I might as well.
Because you could pull a card next hand that
Yeah.
costs 6, and then you're
Right.
like, now what do I do? Because I have
Yeah.
all this uninkable stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'll do
6
that.
is kind of a sweet spot because, yes, things cost more. Things cost 8 or 9 sometimes, but you know,
The majority.
the majority are going to cost 1 through 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well then I'm.
So you're good. So I'm gonna ready, and draw. So I have a Jasmine. She's a 3 cost, 3/3 with 2 lore. There's no ability, so she's a vanilla card. There's nothing about her that's super special, right? So I could go ahead and play her. So I can tap 3 and play her.
I'm gonna slide you down just a little bit. They're good? Maybe take 5 minutes to talk to the camera for a second. Let everybody know what we're doing.
we are. I'll narrate while we do this. I know where the camera is. So we are actually learning how to play Lorcana. First time playing.
Yes.
I've been playing for a few weeks now online, and we're just excited to get into here. And we're just doing some mock stuff and trying to teach people how to play. So, yeah, you can follow along and try to learn something and learn how to play Lorcana. So that's what we're doing here. So Jasmine, she's sick. She's drying right now. Right? I can't do anything with her. I have a 1/3, or I have a 1/1 because she has 2 damage. And so you have an evasive. I can't touch this character. So the only thing I can really do is I can quest or not quest.
Hey Nick, Chris, when you guys get to a point where we can kind of like stop, maybe do a reset, just give us a heads up. Because what we want to do is sort of kind of transition to maybe do a couple of plays. We gotta get people to sign up so we'll load their names into Melee on our own. Just need their names and their email address.
And you'll get an email.
And then
where
once
you
we
just
do
set
that,
everything
I'm gonna
up.
hand out more giveaway stuff, and then we're gonna play for some prizes and stuff like that. So.
Sweet. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you get to a point,
So we'll
just let
keep
me know.
going for a minute, and then we'll see where we can go from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go quest. I'm gonna quest with just everybody. I'm just gonna go all in. This guy's still summoning, so I'm gonna get 2, 4, 5 lore.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's nothing else I can do at the moment, so I'm going to turn it over to you. So now I have these 3 characters are all vulnerable to attack, to a challenge. You have your Dragon Fire that can take out anybody, and you can draw and see what else you get.
So if I attack with one of these guys, they can't attack back because he's evasive.
No. So I can't challenge you, but you can challenge me, but you're going to get my damage.
Okay. Okay.
That's
so
how they kind of balance that a little bit.
So it doesn't make
So
sense.
you could attack, you could challenge, so this guy's readied. You could challenge Kristoff with your 3 attack and his 3 life. Now I take you out and you take me out, but you stop me from getting 2 lore if I quest, and you have 1 lore. So like the race, it's all about racing to the 20, you know.
Right.
So that would be not a bad trade.
Because I still have 1 evasive out on the field.
You still have 1 evasive, but I will outpace you because I have 3.
Right.
So you got to make decisions on whether or not you want to sack some cards, you know. The other thing is you can still draw, so I would go ahead and draw, see what kind of options you get.
Oh,
So Mad Hatter is a very good card.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and read the ability of Mad Hatter.
Whenever this character is challenged, you may draw another card. Okay.
Right, and he's got a little life to him. He's got 4 life, right? And I only have 1 attack, 3 attack, 3 attack, and 3. So like I couldn't kill him in 1 turn.
So I would need to.
So he's pretty cool.
Yeah. 2, 4, 5.
Yeah, the other thing you could think about doing is this guy. Because what could happen is you could pay 5, take out Maleficent, and then you could use him to challenge Kristoff, and boom,
we're
both of these
down.
guys are gone, and he's gone.
So
But you've just taken out 2 characters that could quest for 4 lore. So those are the kinds of things you can think about. It's all just this,
So.
instead of playing him, you could have done that.
Okay.
But he's a really cool card. But you're just in a weird situation right now because
Yeah.
he's got 2, 2, 2, 1. So that's 2, 4, 6. That's 7 lore next time. Boom, you know. And
You're about there.
I'm racing, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I will do that then. So that these will not be games. I'll play this guy.
So you gotta pay your 5 ink to play your Dragonfire.
So I'm turning him.
Correct.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah. So you can Dragonfire. So again, the order of operations kind of cool because if you use your 3/2 to attack her, Maleficent, you're 3 damage to my 4 life. It doesn't banish me. It banishes you because you only have 2 life and I have 3. So you want to use this on the more powerful character, which would be him.
Okay.
Because Maleficent has 4 life.
So this would take out.
That will kill my Maleficent.
Okay. So I will do that.
So discard. So now I'm exerted right now still.
Yeah.
So you could
I will.
could challenge
Yeah, I'll challenge.
Kristoff.
Yeah.
So your 3 to my 3, my 3 to your 2, we both banish.
So, okay.
So now you just slowed me down a lot. And you could quest for there, or you can hold it, because I'm going to quest for 3 next time.
I'll quest. Then,
So
that
you can get
at
some
least-
lore. Yeah. Yep. And you have 1 ink left, you have no playable characters, and you're good. So I think your turn's up. Ready, everything?
Hey, long boxes, 50% off. Long boxes. This weekend.
So I really don't have anything. I'm just going to... I should play this card. I'm going to go ahead and play Coconut Basket, so you can read this one. Whenever I play a character, I can heal up to 2 damage.
Okay,
to
so
another character.
that would take those 2 off.
Whenever I play a character. After the moment this thing hits the table.
Okay.
So if I play a character, I can remove those 2.
Okay.
I don't have a character and I can't, so I'm good. So I'll quest for 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 11. I'm done. You can ready your guys. Ready your pan. Draw a card. And you have a Shield of Virtue. So it's an item, kind of like my 2 items here, and you can just kind of read what it says there. So he's cool because what you could do is, remember when you quest, you're exerted, and it leaves him open to challenging, being challenged.
Okay.
What you could do is, again, it's about that order of operations. If he didn't have evasive, let's just say, and you still want to play catch up, you could quest. Then you could pay 3 because that turn symbol means you're gonna exert this, and you're going to pay 3, and then it would bring him back up to a ready state. Absolutely.
Okay.
So then I couldn't attack him, but he's got evasive. I couldn't anyways. But that's just an explanation about what he does.
Okay. Cool.
He's cool, but you know, it's a good card. It's a good card if you don't have anything else to play.
If I didn't have something that
was already evasive.
Yeah.
Right. So you could play that Mad Hatter that you wanted to play before, or return chosen character to hand. You could play 3 and bounce this one back, so then I have to kind of start back over again, ramping up. So it's really up to you what you want to do. He's a good card, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 5.
Yep.
And then, okay, so I won't do anything until you've challenged that card.
How we doing, man?
So he's drawing right now, so you can't do anything with him.
Yeah.
But when you can quest with him, and I challenge him, then you draw a card. So it's a way for you to kind of get more cards in your hand.
Yeah. Okay.
So really the only thing you could do right now is you only have 1 ink. You have this guy.
But it doesn't really benefit.
But it's an item, so I mean you could play it or you could ink it. You could add it to your inkwell. Because if you get some bad like 8 cost thing, you're gonna wish you had that ink. So really the only thing you could do now is you could either challenge with him into one of these characters, or you can quest yourself and go to 3. So you can challenge my 1/1.
Mars big Star Wars fan too.
Or you can challenge my 3/3.
So
We would trade. Because my 3 beats your 2, your 3 matches my 3, so that would be a trade. And then I would be left with a 1/1, you'd be left with a 2/4 with 3 lore. So he's kind of a pain in my butt right now.
But if I challenge with him to this guy, I would take him out, but he would be
Correct.
down to.
He would be a 3. He'd be a 3/1.
Okay.
Because my 1 damage would subtract 1 from your life.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So then you banished my Mickey. Dang. Okay. So that's all you can do.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm ready. I'll draw. So Aurora. She is kind of cool. She's got an interesting ability, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you what that is. So she costs 5. I'll let you read that card. She's an ultra rare.
Okay.
A shift 3. So if I had another Aurora on the board that costs 3, I could pay 3 and put her on top of that instead of paying the 5. But I don't have an Aurora, so I have to ignore that shift thing. It's kind of a way of playing a higher cost card sooner.
Okay. So if you had another Aurora on the board?
Yeah. So it says right here, you may pay 3 to play this character on top of your character named Aurora.
Okay.
So there is an Aurora that costs 3.
Okay.
If I had her down first, I could pay 3 instead of 5 and shift this Aurora on top of that Aurora.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't have that Aurora out, so I have to pay the full 5.
Gotcha. Okay.
The second thing on here is your other characters gain ward. Really, if you read it right here, it says opponents can't choose them except to challenge. So you couldn't do that dragon fire to my other character.
Okay.
You'd have to challenge them in like the way that we've been challenging each other now. So what it does is it adds protection.
Okay.
So it makes you want to take this character out fast. Because you really can't target my Jasmine now. Okay. So she's exerted, or she's drawing. And I will...
This guy got a troll.
So what I'm gonna do, I can kind of like, I'm on the back end of my lore, and just to make things interesting, I'm gonna challenge with Jasmine, or I'm not gonna challenge. I'm going to quest with Jasmine.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to 13. She's still drying because I just drew her on the table, and so I am essentially done. I think I missed this right here, my healing, but we're not gonna worry about that. I don't know when that happened, so I'm gonna turn it over to you now. So you're gonna ready everything, and then ready your Mad Hatter. Another shield.
Yeah.
So again, read this card though.
The cost of 3 or more to sing some return. So I can return that guy back to your hand.
Correct.
So I will do that.
You can pay 3, play this. It's an action song.
Okay. So what do I just?
You just tell me what you're gonna do. You're gonna lay it down. It's a 1 use only. Perfect. It does have songs, so anybody that has a 3 cost or higher could sing this song.
So this guy
instead
has
of playing
that.
this.
Okay.
He has this, or this one as well. It's 3 or more.
Okay. So then
But
I don't need.
you would want to probably use these guys to either quest or challenge. So
Okay.
you have
so,
enough ink.
So then I will just. Okay. So I will use
So
that.
you're gonna bounce Aurora back to my hand. Okay. So she's back over here. So now you have a decision. This is in your discard pile. It's a one-time use only.
Alright. So that goes here.
So I have a 3/3 sitting out here waiting to be attacked or waiting to be challenged if you want to. You have a 3/1 and you have a 2/4. So you could quest and gain 4 lore, or you can challenge and take out my Jasmine, and the order of your attack can kind of determine how things go as well. So this one's pretty safe no matter what you do.
Yeah. So questing with this guy would be.
It's got 3 lore, you're way behind.
Yeah.
You
so
could quest. If I challenge into you, you read that again. Whenever this character is challenged,
I could get another.
you draw a card. So
Okay,
it's like,
yeah.
I don't want to challenge it, but it's 3 lore, so it's like,
Yeah.
I gotta take you out fast, you know.
So I will quest.
You
with
can
this guy.
quest for 3, so you can gain 3.
Okay.
Yep. And you can choose to quest with him. You can challenge my Jasmine. I can't do anything against that anyways, so he's kind of safe.
So he would just be taking out. He would take her out.
And then I would
because-
take you out.
Because you have 3.
3 life, 3 attack. 2, you have 1 life, and I have 3 attack. So we would essentially trade. I would have nothing left, and you would have a 3.
But if I quest with this guy,
You gain
you
another
can't
point.
do it.
Correct, because he's got evasive. I
So
can't
I will
challenge you.
quest with him just
Right.
to do that.
Okay, so you got 4. So you have 4 left. Do you want to do anything? Do you want to play him? Do you want to ink him? Do you want to play this guy? What do you want to do? You could bounce Jasmine back to my hand, and I have nothing to play, or I have nothing out, and you have 4 lore.
Right, y'all, it's giveaway time.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Let's give away
That
time.
way,
Bounce my Jasmine?
that's-
Nick, you want to do the giveaway time?
Go for it.
That way,
Yeah.
You already
Yeah,
that slows your.
it does. Because I can't quest, I can't challenge, I can't do anything. I gotta play cards, I gotta wait.
So that was
So
3.
that's a song, so he's gone now.
All right.
All right, cool.
So there you go.
You're done then there. All right, ready up, draw. Mickey. So I'm threatened, so I now need to do something bigger. So I'm gonna play
Thanks.
Detective.
Detective Mickey promo?
Thank you.
I'm gonna,
Nick can explain the difference in these and do it on the live cast.
yeah, these are the Detective Mickeys. If you got those out real quick, because I have a Detective Mickey right here.
Mhm.
So if you put them next to each other, the way that you can tell is that one of them is going to be foil. So your promo is in foil. You can tell by just the art on there, and it's got that other symbol down there. So you know mine's a common. That's a promo card. So those are going to be way more rare than this, even if that's a common.
But playing it.
The
does
card's the
same
same.
exact- So the only thing that's different is collectability.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. So if you ever play against people, there's going to be different versions of these promo cards, and that's how you can tell by that symbol down there. So, yep, that's that. So check for those promo cards for sure. All right, I'm gonna play her, and then I'll play my Detective Mickey, like we just said. When he comes in, I get to take a card from here and put it here. And these guys are kind of drying right now, so I can't do anything else. I'll let you go next.
All right. So then these go back.
Everything
to
gets
the
readied.
inkable. these go.
Yep, you ready everything? None of your, it's always ready, and then you look for any abilities and then you draw. Yeah, so go ahead and read that guy. He's cool too.
Opponents can't choose this character except to challenge.
Yeah, so it's like
they
a
can't
ward.
attack this guy.
They can attack, but I can't use like my version of Dragonfire.
Oh,
I can't play a card that says banish chosen character.
So
I'm gonna choose your character. No, I can't because it's got ward on it.
So you can't do the instant.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So I will play that guy.
Perfect. So he's got ward. So yeah, so he's got ward and these don't. Aurora gives ward to other characters. So like Mickey's got it, but she doesn't.
Okay, so
She grants ward but doesn't get ward.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then I will. So this is.
So this one's drying, so you can just kind of leave him like that. Yep.
So then I will quest with these two guys then.
All right. Yep.
So that's another 4.
That's another 4. There you go. And so I think that's, you could play your shield or you could ink it, whatever you want to do with that. That's kind of cool. What does it cost? It costs 1. So again, you could pay 3 and tap and then exert that, and you can ready like your Mad Hatter or something like that. So I can't attack into it.
Okay.
So it makes him. So right now he's vulnerable. If it's my turn, I'm
Right.
going to use both these guys. I could use both of these guys to take him out.
Okay, so then I will.
If you play that, which costs 1.
Yeah. So turn another.
And then you pay 3 and exert this.
So these are also. So then that takes care of my inks, but I can.
But now-
this guy
now
is no
he's-
longer
yeah.
available to. Okay.
And I can't attack. I can't challenge an evasive anyway.
Okay. So
So
that's
now I'm
more
just
of a-
like.
Yeah.
So now you have a loop that you can gain
I didn't
4
get you
lore
a
a
big-
turn
you sure didn't
until
lay
I
it down
can
there,
deal
did
with this or deal with something
I'll
else.
give
Okay,
you
so this is.
I
This was a playable. So I've.
So this is something you can play every turn.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not a one and done.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's an item.
All right. Well, then
Yeah, items stay until you use them. Actions are one time only.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I think you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Perfect. So I'm gonna play. I'll do. It's a Captain Hook, so he incentivizes you to challenge people. Because whenever I challenge, he becomes a 3/2.
Okay.
Any other time, he's a 1/2. So he's built to challenge. He's built to play early. He only has 1 lore, so he's kind of annoying to people. So I'm gonna pay the 1. I'm gonna put him out. So he's
That's a
got.
cheap.
Yeah, it's just a cheap whatever. And then there's no. I don't need to play him. I got enough ink, and he's not even a creature, so I don't really care about him right now. So I can't do anything about him. I can't do anything about him, and I can't do much. So I'm just gonna go quest. So I'm gonna quest for 3. So I go from 13 to 16.
Okay.
So I'm done. You ready everything?
All right.
It just feels like 15-20 minutes.
Because you have some decisions to make. I'm 4 lore away from winning the game, and I have 4 lore on the board right now.
So then I would.
You
need
can't
to-
touch him
Yeah,
because he's drying.
but
These 2 you could. So you have some decisions to make based on the situation of the game right now.
Okay.
Okay. If my wife will leave me behind, I'll say later.
And this is -1 life. Or,
Life, yeah, because I dealt 1 damage to him. So
Okay.
yeah, so he's a 3/1. So you have a 2/4, a 3/1, and a 2/2.
It's the infamous leg we didn't get last.
Dang! We opened like seven packs and we didn't get the right leg or left leg.
and that's just the QR code for the.
It's just like a Mickey poster you get in a booster pack.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what's on the other side, honestly.
It's a QR code.
Oh, is it?
Lore
Lore counter? Yeah.
Lore counter?
Yep. Yep.
The
Yep.
app has the lore counter.
So.
Yeah, the app is amazing, so definitely download the app.
Okay.
iOS and Android.
So I will need to attack.
Yeah, so where can
But
you?
it's gonna take 2 cards to take that guy out.
She's got 5 life.
Right. So
That's
I
why
would.
she's cool.
So I would
she's
have
got
to
5.
attack with both these guys.
You need a cumulative attack power of 5 or higher.
Yeah.
And the order at which you challenge me determines some cool stuff too. So if you were to hit me with this guy first, you're going to do 3 damage. So I go down to a 3/2. So then you could swing in with him because he's got 4 life. I still have 3 attack, and you could use him to finish Aurora off.
Yeah.
Because if you used him, I'm going to do 3 damage to your 2, and I'll take out both of those guys, but you'll take out my 1. Or you could do nothing, but you can't afford that because I'm going to quest for 4 next time. Exactly.
So
Did you draw a card yet, by the way? I just want to make sure you... Because if you draw a Dragonfire or something like that, Pongo's awesome. Pongo's cool. So Pongo's a 4-cost 2/3 with 2 lore and evasive. That's what red. That's what red really does. Red and green does a really good job of that. Having characters I can't do anything about.
So this is technically a little bit better than the Peter Pan.
Correct.
Even though they're the same.
Yeah, their willpower is flipped, but he has more lore.
Yeah.
So you pay 1 more because he's a 3, he's a 4. So you would pay 1 more to get that extra lore, and then the power flips with the thing. So I would definitely play him.
Yeah.
So 4 to play him. He's drying, but then I would do something about these guys.
So I will attack with.
You're gonna challenge.
I will challenge with Peter Pan first.
So you're gonna do 3.
You're both on what you're doing, and it can be really funny to watch, and you're right here on the camera. Colton.
I was gonna put.
And then I will finish the Aurora
We say it would be a good idea
with
because
Mad
we
Hatter.
don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
So-
He wants comedy.
He wants a 2-hour game. is what he wants.
Okay.
Yeah. If you chose him,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 3 to your 4. So he's gonna be a 2/1.
So,
If you chose him, I would have banished that one too. So this one's dead.
okay, so he goes.
This one gets a -3,
Okay.
and then she's gone. Which I don't like, because I like Aurora. So now you didn't play him
No.
this turn. You could quest.
But then
You
they-
could challenge. You're gonna do 2 to my 3. I'm gonna do 1 to your 2. So I'd be a 1/1, and you'd be a 2/1.
Okay. I'll
But
do
it puts some damage on my guy, and it puts some damage on yours. So it,
Yeah, I'll do that.
it slows me down.
Yeah, I'll do that. So, is this attacking? Or-
It's gonna challenge. You can just tell me. You don't have to exert.
okay, I will challenge Mickey. So I am dealing 2 damage to your 3.
So he's tapped. Yep.
Okay.
So you're gonna do 2. So I'm gonna do, what am I at? -2.
Yeah.
So I'm at -2. You take 1 damage. You're at a -1, and you don't have to cover up your thing because we got to do the math.
Right.
So he's now tapped. So both of these are exerted. And Pongo is still being summoned, right?
Yeah, he's drying.
He's still drying. And
This guy could play again for 1.
so ready chosen character can't quest. Yeah, you could pay 3 in this one and ready a character, so I can't attack into it later.
So then I will ready this.
Yeah. There you go.
So you can't. He's not wounded.
So
Or
he's
wounded,
not
so-
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And then he's a 2/1. Yep.
So
Cool.
I will do that.
I think that's all you can do. He's drying. That's challenged. That's ready. That's an item. So we're good. Okay. So I'm gonna ready, draw, beast, break. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. So I really don't want that to exist anymore, right?
Okay.
And that's ways of getting rid of items, because I have 2 items right now and they're really annoying. And so I'll show you something. So I'm gonna pay 5. I'm gonna play him. This right here says whenever I play a character, remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. He's got 2 damage, so I'm gonna remove 2 damage from chosen character.
Okay.
That's an item. It stays on here. When you play a character, you may banish chosen item. So I'm gonna get rid of that. So that goes in your discard. So he's a cool card. He costs a lot. He's a 4/4, 2 lore, and he's got a great ability. So I'm gonna just keep going, man. I'm gonna quest for 2, right? I mean, I need to. I'm gonna put you in a position where you have to respond, right? Because I'm gonna win next turn if you don't.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
All right.
You can
this
you can
guy's
go ahead and
ready.
ready. Yep.
So I draw a card.
Correct. Scar, another cool guy because he's got a lot of attack, right? He only costs 4. He's a vanilla. Awesome art too.
Yeah. So can you attack multiple cards with 1 card?
No, you can only challenge 1 card with 1 card. So you could play him. He would be drying. Then you have these 3 guys to deal with these 3 guys.
So that's 4.
Yep. And so now you have to now you got to do some math. This is where the math comes in. It's like you got a 2-3, a 2-1, a 2-1. I got a 1-3, a 1-2, and a 4-4. So it's like priority is probably the higher lore, but I'm 2 away from winning. So it's like you got to take out 2 of these.
It doesn't matter.
Right. You got to do some damage here.
But if I take out this guy's still got of these 2.
He's still got 2.
He's still got 2.
Right. You either take out these 2, or it's just a math game right now.
I really don't know what the best
You really need to take out like him and him probably, if you can. Because if you can't, so you do 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage. So you got basically you got 6 to go around, and this is 2.
And that's also 6.
Correct. So I'm gonna do 4 to him. I would do, with him, I would do 4, I would do 4, and I would do 4. So it doesn't really matter who you choose. Where it's gonna start mattering is if you aim for my hook. I only have 2 life, and like you have 2 attack and 3 life, and I have 1 attack. So he would be a 2/2, and you'd banish him. And then you could double swing here for 4 damage, 2 and 2 to my 4, and I would banish those guys. You would banish this. You'd be left with Pongo, and I'd be left with Mickey. That's how you could play that. But there's probably more ways as well. I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I could choose these 2 attack him.
Yep. You can challenge him.
All right. I'll do that.
So you do 2 to my 4, so I'm down to a 4/2. You do another 2, I'm down to 4/0. So he's dead, and I do 4 to each of those.
So both of these are
gone.
Dead as well.
Yeah.
And
so now you got to make a decision. Do you want to take out my 1/3 or my 1/2 with your 2/3? You couldn't kill this guy if you tried right now, because you're only going to do 2 damage to my 3.
Yeah, he's gonna live. But I can
You
take him
you
out.
could kill him, and then he goes down to a 2/2.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so I'm going to lose him, so you get -1.
Picking it up.
All right, cool.
So I guess I'm done.
You drew a card too? Oh yeah, because you drew a scar. All right, cool. Maleficent, 3/4. So now I can smell blood, right? That's where I am, but I have a lonely 1 lore Mickey, and you got this giant guy and this medium, right? So I need to do something, right? So I'm gonna play my 4. Bring him on. Now she's drying. I played a character, I can heal 2 damage. There's no damage, so this is going to be ignored. This ability here.
So can you use that also, or you can?
I could have been using this whole time, honestly. Yeah, it says I could banish this and chosen character can't challenge. So I could have stopped you from taking out my characters. I just chose not to, just to help show the math and the decision making. But I could have said, you know what, I'm going to banish this, and this guy can't challenge next turn or whatever, and so that I could be free to attack, or not attack, but quest, and you still have another character you could challenge against, but it's all, if you only had 1, it'd be really nice, So I'm gonna go for 1, 19. So I'll let you go. You can ready everything up.
Both of these are ready.
Now you have to take care of both of these, or I win next turn.
6. Okay.
So that's really a good card for right now, because read the ability right there. When you play this character, opponent loses in lore. So I'm 1 away from winning. So you could play that card.
So you'd be down to 1.
No, I would go down to 18.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't remove the lore pips. It just
I'll do that.
It just puts me down. And plus, you got a 5/4.
Yeah.
That's hard. I can't do anything against that right now.
And then.
So then so you played her. So now I'm down to 18. So now I still have 3 lore here that you need to deal with.
This has got 5 attacks.
It does. That's a pain for me. So that one guy could take out 8. Yeah.
I could play this guy to take out Maleficent.
Correct. You take 3 damage and I kill your Scar. I banish your Scar, you banish my Maleficent, because I do 3 to your 3.
And then.
So we could trade here.
Yeah.
You're left with the 2/2 against my 1/3.
But then this, I can't take out that card with this.
You can't. But I go. He could quest, but I would go to 19, and you really can't afford for me to quest.
Yeah, so I will.
But you're absolutely right.
I will attack Scar against Maleficent.
So you're going to challenge here, so we'll trade. So my 3 to your 3, your 5 to my 4. So boom. So then now you got to deal with Mickey, old Detective Mickey.
So I guess I will attack. And
you could challenge me.
Yeah, take that down to 1.
Yep. So now I'm a lonely 1/1.
But then that means.
And now you're exerted. Yeah.
Because it's a 2-0.
Because he challenged me. So he's kind of like you could either quest or challenge. Either one of them leads to an exertion.
Okay.
Yeah, or a tap, whatever lingo you want to use. We use exerted.
So
in this game.
He's exerted until
your next turn. Until your turn. You ready.
But I mean, he stays on the board until you challenge.
I could challenge him.
But you can't challenge him because he's evasive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you say earlier whenever you
all right, so I guess I'm done.
2 of the different types of colors?
Because I don't have anything else.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So it's ready up. But what's really annoying about the Coconut Basket is when I play a character, I can heal 2 damage. You know what I mean? So that's really annoying about this. So.
And there's not a way for me to take that out.
So
unless
again,
I have a card that has that ability.
And I had that. What was it? I had something, didn't I? Oh, it was Beast. When I play Banish Chosen Item. So some cards are going to have that. Some cards are going to be item removals. So it's really helpful when you build a deck to have like some cool items that are going to help you, some responses to your opponents, right? Because if you know I'm playing blue, if I'm playing like this color combination here, you know that I'm going to probably have some items, you know. So, all right. So I have my trusty Aurora. Gotta love Aurora. So I have to do something. So let me play her. So let me pay 4. I'm going to put her in. Coconut Basket lets me heal. So he's going to gain. Yep. So that's the annoying combination there. And then when you play this character, chosen character gets -2. Now I really don't have any reason to do that because it's only for this turn. It would be helpful if he didn't have invasive, because I could challenge him and give him a -2, so his attack is 0, so I can just do damage to him without receiving damage, but he's evasive. So I can't do that anyways. So I'm gonna quest. I'll just go up 1, go back to 19, and it'll be your turn.
Alright, so
I'm just gonna constantly put you on the defensive.
Yeah. So back here.
Just hedging my bets that I can outpace you and get 1 more eventually. But Rapunzel's really good, so you have answers to my stuff here.
So okay, so I'll put another 6 down.
There you go.
Play her.
Awesome.
And then.
Yeah. Oh, I lose a lore.
Lose another lore. So.
There you go.
And then.
So she's drying, and he's a 1/3.
So I will attack.
You're gonna challenge my Mickey.
Challenge your Mickey with
5 damage to my 3.
Yeah.
1 damage to your 4. So you're gonna banish my Mickey, and you take 1. There you go.
And then.
And you could quest for Pongo.
I'll quest. So then you turn it sideways for questing.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll go up
One thing
another
that I forget when I play
2.
sometimes.
And the other thing to think about is like I'm gonna probably keep questing if I can, just because I'm so close. So like when you exert your characters, this one's drying. That one challenged, right?
Yeah.
And so this one's tapped as well. So this one will be tapped. So now you have no defense against this. So I'm gonna go to 19, and then you can deal with her on your next turn. So that's fine. Oh, she's tapped.
Alright.
So you could attack into her, but that's okay. Okay.
Good.
Good.
Get Trent back in here on the rig.
Probably gonna happen, so.
That doesn't do much for me, honestly, but we'll just see. 2, just stack Coconut Basket. So that'll be really annoying for you if I ever get another character.
So that would take off. Those count as 4.
It'd be 4 damage. Yeah.
And you can.
Yeah.
They work. Okay, so they're.
Yep.
So stack. Okay.
So I'm gonna quest 2, 1.
Glad you got that.
Now you have answers to me, so you know that's okay. So now it's your turn, so you can ready everything. But you also have, now here's another interesting thing. You're at 12.
Yeah.
You have 6 lore on the table. So you can go to 18 this turn. And I have no answer for you. You don't have to even challenge my Aurora, because you're going to outpace me so quickly, even though I'm at...
Yeah, but you're at the end.
But I'm going to win. So like,
Right.
you always have to think about the pacing of that. You know, so you've been on the defensive like the last 5 rounds or something like that.
Yeah.
But eventually you could outpace me.
All right,
If
so
you can
I
get
will.
rid of my guys.
I guess I'll quest with all 3 of these.
Well, if you do, I'm going to win next turn. Because you have no answer to my...
Oh,
one
because
lore.
I have to. You're right.
Yeah, so what I was getting at is you could choose... You can choose to take... Maybe one of these could take out this one, and then you have 4 lore on the table to get to 16.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then I'm like, I have nothing, and you have 4 lore. And then you're at 16, you can quest the next turn for 4 and win. You know?
Okay, so I have to take out 5.
You gotta hit me for 5.
So
And I'll hit you back for 2.
So this has 3.
Yep, it's 5-3. So you'd be down to a 5-1 at the end of that exchange. You'd live, I'd be gone.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
One bad thing about being a Disney fan.
I'll take
is
that.
when I see
So-
like,
You take 2 damage on that one.
So
So you can just do a 3.
I don't care if
And
it's
then...
and then I will quest
Yep.
with these 2.
You could, yep. And I have nothing to do about it. I can't do anything. You gain 4 lore, so that's a big jump for you. So you get to
So could I quest with these and?
yeah, if you have yeah, I didn't even see him. Sorry. If you have ink, you can play him. Yep.
So I'll do that
Nice.
just to get
Yep.
him
You
on
got
the
Horus
board.
out there. Sweet. So now I'm in big trouble.
So I need to. So I can go 4.
Correct.
16. Okay.
So I have to draw a magical card that's going to take out
or if she has a Hades
2 to 3 of your cards, which is not going to happen. So perfect. Close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mufasa. I can't do anything, so what I'll do is I'll just say I'm going to banish this one. Chosen character can't quest on their next turn. So I'll just pick one of your. I'll just pick this one. So this guy can't quest next turn. And
Just making sure.
How do you just keep track of that?
I've already paid for everything.
yeah, so
except
when
for
you
that.
ready your
Okay, I
stuff,
just
you'll just leave them tapped.
Okay.
Double checking.
Yeah. So now I really can't do anything else.
All
It
right.
doesn't really matter, so you can go ahead and go.
It's garbage.
So this one stays. Those 3 ready. And honestly, you could just stop. Now you don't have to do anything. You can just go quest, and you win.
Okay. Well then I will do that.
There you go.
Nothing in there, right?
So that's.
That's 2, 4, 5 from 16. There you go. Good job. You just won your first game of Lorcana. Yay!
I was like, how did you win? You were so far behind.
I know. Well, that's the cool thing about it, that there's a shift. Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
We're just find out do some play for some pins. Awesome.
Yeah, maybe. Everybody plays each other.
Are you gonna want to play? Because I was gonna say maybe we could play.
Yeah, that was
maybe
that was a long
moderate it.
tutorial game, so I'm sure you're.
Yeah.
We're gonna set up a time tonight, so watch our Facebook so we can play tomorrow night. It'll probably be about the same time, probably like 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then we'll play till we run off.
No, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he went through the whole. We went through everything.
Yeah.
So.
It was cool. We got this one. Another one.
That's a promo. It's a promo card, but that symbol at the bottom, so it's cool. It's foil promo, so yeah, pretty limited. Yeah.
They handed them out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It is. I cleaned up before this and I went to this one.
And he handed out 2 copies.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
So this is a focus when you're.
Coffee?
I didn't bring
You're gonna be
our
up all night.
back.
She's gonna be.
Friday,
She's
I
gonna
don't
be,
care.
she's gonna be really annoying.
It's a Friday.
Okay. Cool. All
Why
right.
should it matter? It's your Friday.
Yeah, I know. Cool.
Coffee flavor is good.
Right.
Is it though?
I like it is good. I like coffee.
For sure.
Bubblegum flavor is better.
I agree.
No.
All right, who's playing?
Coffee is
So I
delicious.
want
Thank
to
you
play
very
for
much.
sure. I was thinking maybe if she wants to, maybe we play each other and you moderate it.
Absolutely. You want to do that? Oh, you're very welcome. Hope you had a good time.
I need to switch seats.
We'll be around on Saturday
Why
nights.
don't we
Check
do this?
social medias and
Why
stuff.
don't you guys sit across? Maybe
Thanks,
we
I
pull the
appreciate it.
table and he can
Thanks.
sit on the end. or
Absolutely.
something.
Yes, sir. Alright, who's playing who?
We're gonna play.
These two are
but
gonna
he's
play. I'll
You're
moderate.
gonna moderate?
I'm gonna be mobile.
Are you gonna talk to the cameras now?
Do-
Someone knows she wants to play.
I know all these cameras.
You gonna learn it? I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about like at some point.
I'm gonna try to learn it tomorrow night if I'm not constantly doing something. Constantly doing something? That's what I've been doing.
I'll come over here as long as we can put the Nashville SC game on, because I want to see Messi.
Oh, I want to see Messi get dominated.
It's gonna be tough, man. He's too good.
Dude, he's the most overhyped person in the whole entire league.
What's up?
In the whole entire league, dude, he is the only person in the league that.
Well, it'll probably be pretty. It'll probably be pretty casual.
It's gonna be the two best players in MLS going against each other, Mukhtar and him.
Yeah.
So.
But still, it's.
Well, I don't want to take that away from him
Dude,
because
tickets are like $1,000.
You can get them cheaper, but still, you're not wrong.
all right. Let me see if he's gonna be opening these
A corner seat up top is. I think the cheapest one I could find was $520. That was in the nosebleed.
It's not worth it either. I feel like I know enough about this to be dangerous. To myself. Basically just like quest when I should attack.
So we're gonna do some gameplay. Let's do best of 3. Best of 3. All right, and the winner of each round. So
if you win a round, just let me know. Let one of us know.
and we're gonna mark it down,
Yeah.
and then we'll give out some prizes. And if you make it through the night, we'll give out more stuff. There's no rush.
My friend Trent.
And
The Mexican
to keep y'all in here, I might even go get pizza.
Yeah?
Trivia was going on.
I mean, we close at 7. Technically, we'll stay here as long as we need to.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like, they said, hey, can you run this up? I said, yeah, sure. So we just kept talking. He never
You
got
can buy-
anything done.
Actually,
We
if
were
you want
just,
to go buy more now, you're more than welcome to go buy as much as you want.
I just wanted to run it up and down.
Yeah.
We were just trying to keep the.
Did you get any
Flippers.
legendaries?
You need some more stuff. Let me know.
I'll take whatever you let me get.
I know your dad we're just gonna sell packs.
That's fine. If you want me to buy more, I'll buy more. That's what I'll say.
They're the ones that were like at the bottom of gold.
We'll sell them all by tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. If you want me to buy more, I'll buy more. I'll be happy to be the guy to do it.
I love money, as they say in idiocracy.
I love money. And lattes.
No money.
Yeah, I just kind of did. Well, I put them in sleep so they kind of move around a lot easier. I just kind of did like that. I mean, you can even truly shuffle them if you want, but.
I don't know.
I think it's horrendous.
I need the modern.
Oh, for up there? Well, you're usually out of here.
No. Let the clean up. You're usually here by now.
I'm
on Wednesday
usually getting
nights.
here right now. You're right.
Asking for a deal on trade paper bags. Kidding. I like someone to chill me down before I have to go to Acapulco.
Hey, Terry, you're going tonight?
No, Wednesday night. And so she picks up the books and that's whenever I go. Hola, senor.
Okay.
I got a baseball game. Pops in for the head.
All right, so Nick, we start with 7, right?
Yeah, I really got a modern at the moment. So
Our cards will be going crazy because the reflection of those cards on the sleeves. Like if you look up there, it's just a constant reflection.
yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a cat.
All right, we're gonna roll a dice, see who goes first.
You're on
Highest
camera,
number,
so whatever you say goes across the internet.
highest number gets to choose if they want to go first or not.
I don't want to go first.
Don't want to go first. All right.
So it's draw 7, right?
Draw 7.
I can do that now.
Both of you. Yep. And then we're gonna do a mulligan. So we're gonna look at our cards, and we're gonna figure out: do we have enough inkable cards? Do we have a lot of low cost cards? Things we can play, in the first few 2 or 3 turns. Do you have anything super high?
Question.
Anything super
What is
annoying?
inkable?
Anything that has like the gold leaf around it.
Giant gold leaf for the cost of the cards.
And then that's like a non-inkable.
And that's not
That one's not.
correct.
Okay.
Do you want to play fully open-handed so we can both kind of learn from it?
Yeah, we can do that. So what the good thing to do is put them in the order. That'll kind of help you determine
And the cost is the number of the points.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So one thing to look at is duplicates, too many high cost cards.
I have a lot of 4s.
You do have a lot of 4s, so I would start thinking about maybe, you know, shaving off the top end, and then any duplicates. You don't have any duplicates. They're almost all inkable, so that's great. I mean, you could play. You need like a 2 cost card to play on your second turn.
Okay.
So I would probably like lose some of these top ones.
Okay.
Probably Rapunzel for sure.
Rapunzel for sure.
Yeah, and
Okay.
since all those cost 4, you just kind of read them and see which one has a cool ability. Yeah, you can keep them.
Okay.
And then if you're happy with those 2 and those early cards, you...
So what are both of these are purple. Does that matter?
Yeah, you have a bunch of cards. Did you open a starter deck, or where did you get these cards? So you have like 5 colors in one.
Do you open packs too?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you mixed the packs together with the starter deck. Okay. So what we'll do? which starter deck did you open?
That one.
Okay. So this you can use mine. So this is the exact same deck. So I'll let you use this deck right here.
Okay.
Because the deal is, so each deck is only supposed to have 2 colors. So when you opened all those packs and combined the cards, it added a whole bunch of colors to them.
Okay. How do I separate those after this?
The box actually has the list of cards that came in that deck.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing. On the side, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you can set those.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So if you still have your box,
on
you
the
can.
spine of your box, you can it'll show you. Sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
just
7.
shuffle those up again, and then draw 7. And then you could just use that deck. That's the complete starter deck. So what do you got going?
So obviously an extra for her, so probably get rid of that. I actually like the 4 there.
Yeah.
Since he's evasive.
Yeah, he's cool.
Wardrobe. I mean, obviously I'll probably keep him since he's got 2 lore.
Yeah.
She seems a little bit. I mean, she's got a lot of. So this is.
She's got some health.
This is health, but that's attack.
Yeah,
So
strength, willpower. Yep.
So honestly, like I don't. Maybe that one would be one to get rid of.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe those 2 for the time being. Anything else that stands out?
Not really. You want to draw for a one cost.
So get rid of maybe one of
So
these
you might
2.
want to get rid of another 3.
All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. So this guy's not going to be too useful because he can only play him on the 6th turn, so that's really far from now.
So you
You could, or you could shuffle it back in your deck and hopefully you draw it later in the game. So you have a first play, you have a second play, kind of. It's an item, not a creature. You have a third creature because it has a attack and strength. You have a 4th. You have a 5th, which is a counter to his whatever garbage he might throw out, right? So you could ink these 2, or you could discard these 2.
And then draw 2 more.
You draw 2 more,
Ready, set, draw.
and then you flip those over.
A 1 and a 5.
Perfect. And so then those get shuffled back into your deck.
Okay.
So whatever ones you want to get rid of, that's
Kinda.
probably good. I mean, you have a 2, 3, another 3, and a 4, so like you have a decent thing.
I guess my idea here was keeping more health instead of the 3 and
It's
3.
a little bit more annoying, isn't it? Yeah, so then you shuffle that back in your deck. You don't put it in the bottom and get shuffled up. So the first play you're going to have is basically, you're going first, right?
Yeah.
So you don't draw, but you look at your hand.
You get the other 3
Correct,
here.
correct, yeah.
So I didn't get a 1, so I kind of have to just ink.
Yeah, really, the only thing you can do is really ink right now. So you can choose a high cost ink. You have a duplicate Jetsam, so maybe unless you just hate brooms or you know what I mean. So
we're gonna ink him.
Yeah.
What does inking mean?
So inking is your resource, right?
Okay.
So you're gonna pick a card with this gold leaf around it right here, and you're gonna put it face down. It's no longer this card. It's now a resource to play other cards.
Okay.
Every turn you can ink a card. You can choose to ink it or not. And so the advantage of that is if you keep up with it every single turn, you can play more expensive cards quicker. Okay. So
I set these out.
I'm just doing that just so we can.
If you guys are playing open hands, yeah, you can totally do that, and we can kind of talk strategy. So you don't really have anything to do.
Just ink and
You
pass.
inked, and now it's your turn. So
Okay.
you, as going second, you have the first opportunity to draw a card.
Okay.
The first player does not draw a card.
So I draw a
you
card.
can draw a card, correct?
Okay.
So that is a develop your brain. So that's a good card. So you can read what it says, and it says when you play this, you look at the top 2, you keep one in your hand, and you put one at the bottom of your deck. So it's a good way to like cycle through cards.
Okay.
So right now, what you want to do is you want to think about what card you want to ink.
What I want to ink.
Yes,
So
and
the
again,
only
it's the
ones I
gold leaf.
cannot ink are these.
Correct.
I can ink
And this guy is also in the running.
So I need to decide which of these I basically want to discard.
To put
And I
in your
can-
resource pool, your ink. You're correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing to think about is cost.
Cost, that's the highest.
It is. He's got a cool ability
Yes.
if people play items in their decks. It's just a cool counter to items.
Does she have an ability? Or
She's a
are these
vanilla.
just-
We
okay.
call those vanilla because they don't have any ability. It's just like a quote from the movie or something like that. There's no like break or get a clue.
So even though
So-
he's 5, I'm thinking her.
Yep. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay. Alright,
Yep.
so.
So that one goes like that. Now you have 1 ink to spend to do something. You can
So I
develop.
could use.
You can do anything with a 1 cost.
Okay.
So you can. He doesn't have a character to deal 2 damage to, so that's not really something important. This is a 2/2, 1 lore for 1. So you could play him,
Okay.
Flounder, or you could draw 2 cards, keep one of them, put the second one on the bottom of your deck, and pass the turn over to him because you're out of ink at that point.
Okay. I think I
So-
want to play.
You can play Flounder, so you're going to exert your ink. You're going to turn your ink sideways, and you're going to play Flounder. Flounder is being drawn right now,
Okay.
so you have nothing else to do. So it's now your turn to ready, which you don't have anything to ready.
So draw.
So now you need the ink.
So
You can if you want to. I recommend it.
yeah, but if I ink, then I can also play a 2 character. So
So you have brooms, or you have.
actually, I was going to do Mickey because I can start questing with him and get some extra lore.
He's a 3.
Oh, 3. Oh well. So then my only option is
So you have Be Our Guest, which is your song down there. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal. Well, it's a whole paragraph. I can't read.
yeah. I don't think it does too much for me at this moment at least. Or maybe.
Awesome. So you're going to tap your ink. So you've used your ink. You've casted that one. So now it's your turn. So you're going to ready your ink. So turn it upright. So now you can draw a card.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
And smash. So smash goes in your hand over here. So now you can choose to ink something else if you'd like to.
Nope, that was me.
The thing that steel does really well is it helps take care of character. It helps get rid of characters. So in your hand right now, the steel is the color, like this gray color. That's a steel sapphire. Right? So you have 3 different cards that destroy his cards. This one does 2 damage to all. That one does 2 damage to 1. This one does 3 damage to 1. So you have a lot of answers to things he might play.
So a smart choice to ink would be a high cost.
Yes.
And maybe. So that would be one of these.
So yeah, your only inkable cards are this one, that one, that one, or this
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So-
So it would be one of these.
Correct.
This is the highest cost.
It is the highest cost,
And
but it's a.
even though it has a cool ability, it
Correct.
has some similar abilities that I can play.
You do, but this is going to banish an item.
Oh,
This
okay.
this attacks characters.
Which is more important?
Items are less frequent, but they have cool abilities to them.
And items can't get you lore.
And items can't get you lore,
And lore wins the game.
and
So
lore
ink
wins.
this one.
You could ink that one, or you can ink this one. You can ink any one you want, really. He's kind of cool, but it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
I'm gonna ink this one.
You could. Yep.
Put the orange number 1.
So now you have 2 ink to spend on a 2 ink character, or your 1s, or whatever you want to do.
Okay. So I could ink both and bring both of these into play.
You could.
Or-
You
Or
could.
she could even quest him and get a lore out of it.
Okay, what is questing?
Questing is the object of the game. It's represented by these little diamonds right there. This
And
one.
then I move it up.
Then
by
you
that
move
number.
up by that number, correct. But it leaves your character then vulnerable to be challenged by him. So if you were to quest, you gain a lore, but then this character would be vulnerable to Mickey attacking it, challenging it. And that's when the math comes in, a 2-3 versus a 2-2. He does 2 damage to your 2, you would do 2 to his 3.
So I would go down to 1,
would do-
and I wouldn't gain anything except getting rid of Flounder.
Damage carries over, your Flounder goes away, he's got a 2-1 from now on.
Okay.
So it's just like a big balancing act, so
Okay. So I've just done this.
yes.
So my choice is either to quest or to bring in.
You can play that, or both of those, or nothing, or you can quest with Flounder. So,
Okay. I want to play these.
yep. You can bring a coconut basket, so that's an item.
Okay.
The way I like to stagger cards is items I would usually keep there on the bottom half, and then characters across the top. It's personal preference.
Okay.
And then now your only option right now is you can quest for Flounder, or you can not quest for Flounder. If you quest, you're vulnerable to his challenge. If you don't,
But it moves me up.
but it moves you up one.
So in that case, if she had to use 2 ink to get this on the board, so she can still use the 1 ink required to quest him?
There's no
Or is there
more
no-
ink requirements from now on.
Okay.
Once you play the character, that
So it's just to get him
number
on the table. Okay, so he can quest at any point. Okay.
Correct.
Let's make it fun.
Yeah, I mean, we can make mistakes. That's why we're here.
Okay.
We can take
Yeah.
risks, make
So
mistakes, do
I'm
whatever
gonna
we can
quest
do.
him. I move up.
You go to 1,
Yep.
and then you're done. You don't have anything else to do, so now it's your turn.
Okay.
So you ready everything?
Yep.
Yep. You draw.
Draw.
You got more brooms.
Yeah, I got a lot of birds. So I've got 2, so I can either add or I can
You can add to your ink and play something that costs 3 or less.
Let's add.
So you're gonna ink. So the other thing is, when you ink something, you always want to show your opponent that it is an inkable card. So just for
Clarity's
sake.
So he's drawing.
That one's drawing. And you got
She can quest for
Correct.
1.
So when you ink and you bring in a card, this one didn't need to dry because
because
it's
it's
an
an
item.
item. Correct. You could use them immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all those are
This is now-
So
exerted.
those are exerted to play that 3.
Yeah, so he's
It's
drawing
a quest, or
one
are you gonna
quest.
challenge?
I'm questing just to kind of get
Quest to
my,
1.
So yeah.
Perfect. So now you
So
don't
pass.
have anything else to do. It's
Yeah.
your turn. First thing you do is you ready everything. Yep. And
You want
Flounder?
Flounder?
Correct.
Okay.
And the second step is you draw. Christoph. So now you're in the inking decision again.
Okay, so I think I can just quest.
You don't have to, but to keep up with the rounds, it's
Yeah.
a good thing to do.
Okay, so he's a vanilla.
He is. He's a 3/3.
I'm gonna keep him.
Yeah.
Well, the only ones I can, if I'm keeping him, the only ones I can ink are these.
Correct.
I really love that ability more than this ability, I guess.
Get it?
But you got a
Because I
long
don't
way to go.
understand the purpose of.
So every round you get to draw a card, and
Yeah.
drawing is like king, right? So it's really good to draw.
Okay.
That card will let you draw a second card your turn
And
to
then I
get
can-
more cards to your hand.
It allows me to choose from the 2, I guess.
It does. You pull
Okay.
the first 2, you pick one, you put the other one on the bottom of your deck.
Okay, well let's ink this.
That's why he's so cool. That's why developer is so good. So you're gonna ink your beast. Yep. So now you have 3 ink to do something.
3.
So you can play anything besides that.
On that camera, right?
Detective Mickey's cool. His ability, as soon as he hits play, you take the top card, you put it in your ink. Now you're at 4. So you went from 2 to
Let's do
4.
that.
So you're gonna
Alright.
pay 3.
Okay, pay 3.
Number
Okay.
1 still.
Yep.
He
to,
is
to
in
do
play,
him.
It's supposed to be.
and I
He said it's still down.
grab the top card.
Correct. And you don't even look at it. You put it in your ink. Yep. Now you have 4.
Cool.
You bumped it because you probably bumped
So
it.
you played a character. So this says when you play a character, you can heal 2 damage, but he
But I
didn't
don't
have
have
any
any.
damage, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
So now your option is you can quest with him,
Yeah,
or you
always
can
option
challenge
number
his
3
Mickey,
is not plugged in.
killing Flounder and bringing Mickey down to a 2/1 because you do 2
Okay,
damage.
so my
So your strength, the
first
first
number
is strength.
attacks
His
second
willpower,
number.
his life. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's-
it would kill my character.
It would, and it would bring Mickey to a 2/1,
Okay. So I think I'm just gonna
or
quest.
Minnie to a 2/1. You could.
Okay. So I turn it,
Correct.
and I
you
go
go
up
up to 2.
4,
Yep.
and then I'm done.
You're done. So you're ready, and you draw.
Ready.
You got it, Wheels?
That's interesting, so they can challenge the turn they're played.
Yeah, that's what I did for looking at school. So I got Mr. Rich. I did double TV.
Nice.
So in this case,
Anytime you play a villain from now on, that's gonna rack up 4.
can I ink then play 3, play a card, or is it like?
So here's the cool thing: you can do almost anything in any order.
Okay.
So there's no order of operation unless you're going to break the rule on the card or something like that. You could challenge, and then you could ink, and then you could play, and then you could do some stuff.
So
So you don't have to ink.
So you don't have to ink first. You can ink in any order. You can challenge in any order. You're only limited by the cards and like the draw. You always have to draw first.
So I'm gonna ink Be Our Guest.
Ink Be Our Guest.
I've already got 3 out here. I'm gonna bring Rafiki out, let him dry. These 2 are good.
So he's got Rush, so he doesn't have to dry.
So he's
he
actually so
could
good.
challenge right now or attack.
And then I've got the
Quest.
4th just kind of hanging.
You have 1 ink still left.
So Rafiki's gonna challenge Mickey.
Okay.
Well, your Mickey is not exerted. Mickey is drying right now.
So you can only challenge exerted characters?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought that was that's right, exerted. Okay.
Yeah.
So in that
Flounders
case,
are only a target right now, unless you want a quest.
so in that case, challenge Flounder.
Okay.
So that takes
him out and puts me down to
2, and then 3 to 2. Hold on. How does that work?
Yeah, so his first number, subtract your second number, so he kills Flounder with his 2 attack. Yeah.
And I take 1,
And then
I'm down to
your 2 damage against his 3 life brings him down to 1, so he put 2 -1s on his card. So he's now a 2/1. So those minuses apply to the 3.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Flounder's now in the discard pile.
Okay.
Or in the banished pile. And
then I'm gonna
you can quest for 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
1. So it puts me at 4.
And you have 1 left, and so that's
But I can't do
there's nothing
anything
else you
with
can
it.
do. So,
So,
you can go now. You can ready all your cards.
Okay. That stays.
Yep, and then you can draw your card.
I got another Kristoff.
Kristoff's a great card, so it's not a bad thing.
Okay. So I can choose to ink.
You can ink.
I can.
You have 4
play
ink
cards.
now.
You want a water? I'm good. I've got one. Thank you.
So could
Got a beer?
would it be smart? Is this the first time you summon?
It is.
How do you know that?
Because it's an action card. Actions are one-time use. Items stay on the board.
Kind of like to.
So like coconut basket's an item. It says right there, and then actions there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to get one of my Kristoffs over here, so I would play 3 of these.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's Dragonfire. They cost him 5.
So then,
That's 3.
here's a cool thing to think about, and this is like a lesson in order of operation a little bit. So if you didn't do this yet, if you challenged with Mickey into something that doesn't kill Mickey, you can then play a creature. You can play a character and use Coconut Basket to heal it. So, and what I mean by that is, sorry, what I mean by that is you could take Mickey here and challenge his 2/1, dealing 2 damage to Mickey, dealing 1 damage to Minnie, killing Minnie, putting 2 -1 counters on this one.
Okay.
Follow me so far?
So it's 2 -1 because my 3 to his 2. No.
His 2 strength to your 3 willpower brings you down to a 1/1.
Okay.
Then just think of it like that. Now you have a 1/1 attacking his 2/1 because he's got 2 damage counters on there already. So you're going to banish this because he'll be at 0 then. He'll be at 2/0, you'll be a 1/1.
Okay.
So if you did that, you would take 2 damage. So you would put 2 damage counters. This guy would go away. This guy would have 2 damage on him. This right here says if you play a character, you can remove 2. So then you can play Kristoff. Take those 2 damage counters off.
Okay.
So in the exchange, you've exerted him, you've challenged him, so he can't do anything else. But now you've healed him, you've banished his character, and you were able to play Kristoff in the same turn. You can't quest, but you took away a threat. So that's that's one option you have.
Okay. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to walk through the process.
Yes.
Okay. So my Mickey is going to challenge your Minnie.
She's gonna be gone.
So she goes in the discard pile.
She's banished. Yep.
So I.
So now Mickey's 1/1 because you
Okay.
put 2 -1s on him. Yep.
Gotcha.
That's the last card in your hand.
Okay. Good.
Once it goes out, you still have
Now I want to use these
Yep.
to play Kristoff.
Yep.
And because I've played Kristoff, I can remove 2 damage.
Correct, because Coconut Basket says you can remove 2 when you play a character. 2 damage.
I was supposed to exert him, wasn't I?
When you challenge, it's exerted. Correct.
Now
that
these
leaves him open for attack, challenge next round. But
Okay.
that you just
So
have to
even
think.
though I removed the damage, he's still exerted.
Correct,
Okay.
because he was in a challenge. Yep.
I still have 1 ink if I wanted
You
to,
do.
but it's a one-time only. Oh no, wait, what's this?
That one deals 2 damage to target chosen character. don't want, put it on the bottom of your deck.
Alright.
Quest with both of them?
That's probably stupid because that's a 1 cost.
I mean, that's okay. You're at 4 ink now, so
Yeah.
you'll be at 5 next round.
Okay.
You are pretty much done. This one's still drying. That one challenged. So you're.
Is there a position to show that it's drying like halfway cost?
So like online they have a weird symbol. I like to tap it, but we just have to remember that it's not challenging. So what I typically do is I put exerted horizontal, and I put my drying at like a 45 degree. Yeah.
Okay.
So it only works if both people understand that.
Yeah.
So you're out of options, so it's your turn now. So you ready everything?
Draw.
Nice.
So right now, he needs 5 more points, right?
Right.
He has 3, 6, 7 out.
So he's good on the defensive.
Yeah, but he doesn't really gain anything except during a challenge.
Correct. So he's a 0-4.
But when he's challenged, he becomes a 2.
Becomes a 2.
Is it add every time, or is it just every individual
as soon
challenge?
as the challenge is over, he goes back to a 0-4.
Wow.
With whatever damage he accumulated.
Right.
So I'm gonna
So
ink.
go sideways and you
There's a magic broom.
He's out of here.
I feel like that's
Or broom.
I feel like it's a wasted card.
It's not a wasted card because they paired it with a Mickey, and the Mickey can bring it back.
Oh, okay.
So if you play it and it gets banished, Mickey can bring it back into your hand for free, and so it's like it's this rotation that Mickey is designed for, but it's still a bad card.
So now,
So you have 5 lore, or I'm sorry, 5 ink.
yeah, so I can get either of those out there.
It doesn't hurt to put it out.
Just 2?
Trying to think.
Can I go ahead and draw on that?
Does she have any evasives out?
No, there's not going to be much. I can't think of any evasives in that deck.
So in theory, just so I kind of know, like
Yeah.
choosing between these two to pull out, the best thing about this is that she has a little bit of an extra blanket of security with an extra health or an
Correct.
extra, and then he
Because
just
listen, she's got cards that are going to deal direct damage to your card, regardless of. Well, you have evasive, so she can't target. She can still target them, but she can't challenge them. So if you play that evasive, you might think you're safe, and you are safe from challenges, but she can drop one of those and whittle it down
Gotcha.
over time. She can only do 2 damage to it, and it has 3 life.
So in theory, it's probably better off for me to bring out anybody specific. Did you say?
You can play the Jetsam because it has evasive. That's a cool thing. She can't challenge it, and it's going to take more than just one of those cards to take it out. Because it has 3 life versus her 2 damage. Fire the cannons.
Okay, so there's my 4 ink.
Correct.
Brought
Yep.
him
So
out.
it's drying.
And
Now she's got a tapped 1/3.
Yeah.
And so you could use one of
and
those.
This is dried now, isn't it?
It's drying.
Drying.
It doesn't
okay.
dry until her
Until
turn.
my turn.
Correct.
So let's challenge.
So you could choose either one of those if you wanted to, or you can quest. Or nothing. You could turn it over.
This may be dumb. I'm gonna challenge. Rafiki's gonna challenge Mickey, and then Mickey's gonna quest.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the
how
damage
does the
exchange
math
here?
work
So
out there?
3, 3, 1, 3. So that's gonna take you out, and it's gonna take 2 off of me,
So your
or 1 off of me.
3, that first number against my 3.
3, yes. So
Okay.
his 3 strength, it's strength willpower. So his 3 strength versus your 3 willpower makes you at 0.
0.
Your
And
1
then my
strength
1.
to his 3 willpower makes him
-2.
-1. So he's at a 2 because you did 1 damage to his 3 willpower.
Okay.
So he's a 3/2 now.
Gotcha.
And then your Mickey is banished.
And then questing gets
So
me
you
2.
can put him on top of your thing, and then you use questing for 2, so you go to 6. And you are done. So you can ready all your ink and your Kristoff.
Okay. So much. Okay.
And then you can draw a card. So the stages are ready, and then you can see if there's any cards that have an ability on turn, which none of us have, and then you draw. What's up?
Wipes everything. All right.
Very good card.
And she's pulled 3
Okay.
dingle hoppers.
So I
So this
can.
isn't her.
Well, I don't
bad
want to.
plan. She's pulled 3 dingle hoppers and 3 minutes.
I still want.
Mickey's good.
Dingle hoppers the only ones I can use for these.
Alright, so
Sorry, I'm going
Sarah's
really
gonna go
slow.
get them. Sarah,
Oh no, this is this was the point of this event to teach people how to play this game, so we can have more people coming in.
Okay,
Because-
so I would like another ink card, but I can only do these.
I mean, you technically
Correct.
can wipe the board.
Okay, what is Aurora got going on?
Aurora's got a lot of stuff going on.
Did you get that text? Did Joey
She's a
text you?
cost 5. She's a 5 cost card. There is an Aurora that costs 3. If you were to have that character out right now, you can essentially pay 3 instead of 5 and play this character on top of that existing Aurora. It's a way to play a higher cost card sooner than you would have. But the condition is you have to have the lower cost Aurora in play like your Kristoff, for instance.
Okay.
You don't, so your only option is to pay the full cost.
Okay.
But that's how you would do that kind of thing.
Okay.
That Tinkerbell you guys just got?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the ultra rare, but that common that he passed around, those are the same thing. The tiny technician lands on top of that big Tinkerbell. So it's a way to, again, to pay a high cost card for me.
Okay, so I think I want to ink this card
You could.
because of high cost. And
You could, but how much ink do you have now? You have 4.
I have 4.
So if you were to ink one of
How
these
many
2,
can you have?
you can have as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
You can only ink
There's
one at
not
a time unless there's a card that grants you another ink
I'm not
opportunity.
going down with
Okay.
2 points.
So you could ink Tala and play Aurora.
Even though he's damaged, can he?
And then you got a 3, the foil's messing me up, 3, 5.
3, 5, yeah.
Can I use it on 3?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I already took out 7.
Bah.
7.
Alright, when this character is banished, you make this card into your ink
So she's cool because he's not going to want to banish her because he doesn't want to give you more ink.
Right.
You could quest with this character every turn and keep getting that 1 every turn until he deals with it.
Let's do that.
Or you can challenge one of his characters with it and it still gets banished and it goes through.
She's only 1/1 though, so if I challenge...
She's on purpose a very low willpower card because you want her to be banished in a challenge.
Okay, I want to use her.
Okay. So you're going to pay 2, you'll put her out to dry.
Okay.
You have 2 left, you still haven't inked anything, so you could ink a Kristoff or an Aurora if you wanted to. If you inked him, you could play her next round.
Okay.
Or you could do nothing and maybe you get a worthless inkable card that you can,
Okay, let's do that. So I'm not going to ink.
Okay.
I put her in. I can challenge with him. Or I can quest with him.
Correct. And the same thing that we did last round, you have this that could heal 2 damage, but you're not really in a position to do that because if you were to challenge, he would banish you with his 3, and he would banish you with that 3. So you would trade, which wouldn't be, I guess, great, I suppose.
Well, he's 3/2.
But he still does 3 damage. He would take 3 damage to his 2 life, so he would be banished, but you would take 3 damage because he has 3 strength. So that -1 only applies to his willpower.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be a great idea, maybe.
So the smarter idea would be for me to quest.
You could. You'd be open to a challenge next round, so you just have to keep that in mind as well. So then he could use one of his guys.
So maybe one of those.
If he thinks that this guy's damaged anyways, well, I might as well trade here, because he's got 1 more, and you got 2, so it's more advantageous for him to take that one out with his 1 lore character versus his 2 lore character.
So this might be a hand where it makes more sense to do nothing.
This might be. It might be.
Okay, let's
It
do
might
that. So I just end my turn.
You would just end your turn.
So ready, set, draw, send. So basically just a lot of.
He's just a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That costs 6.
Does that spin?
Yeah.
It is spent. He's a 5/7.
Oh, wow.
And he has 1 more. So he's really annoying.
Virginia originally.
Let's do this.
So while he's looking at that, take a look at that card and see, or even this one, and see if there's anything you can think about. Because you have a 3 cost and you have a 1 cost, and this guy does 2 damage to any character. So you can maybe think about whittling down, laying this guy second to do more, because this guy's really powerful.
That damage, is that the first number or the second number?
This second number.
Okay.
More 38
Yeah, I was gonna say Tampa's kind of.
I don't know if this is a stupid thing to do or not.
He's good for getting bodies off the board.
What is that symbol right there?
That is exerting. That's turning sideways. It's trying to tell you that when you use other turns. Yeah.
I mean, like this only matters when he's challenged directly. It's not when he technically is the challenger.
it says while challenging.
So why did they just give it +2 on there to begin with?
Because if he's challenged into, he doesn't do damage. He has to be the challenger to add that +2. So it's their way of like balancing the card. Because he's only a 2 cost, he has a lore, he's got 4 life. That's a pretty sweet deal. The drawback is he's a 0 strength, and he only gets 2 strength if you challenge her exerted card.
Yeah, and it's only 2 at that.
And it's only 2, but it's got 4 life.
So
correct. And if he played it, it would be drying anyways.
Okay. So I'm gonna ink him.
The only thing would be like if he had it on the board, it would make you kind of think twice about challenging because he's gonna do 2 damage and have 4 life. So it's like, oh, that's annoying. How do I deal with that?
So I'm inking him. I'm gonna bring the spin out to dry. Use all the or exert all those inks.
Yeah, that guy's annoying. Yep.
So drying. He's
So
a 3.
yeah, you really don't have any challenging opportunities. All you have is an ink consideration here.
But I can quest with all. Well, I can quest
Sorry,
with.
quest.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's do. He's evasive, so he can't even be.
Oh boy, everyone's here.
I've got some new cards.
I'm taking a seat.
Oh, okay.
So you have Olivia, okay?
Yep.
So he can only be challenged.
How long do you think it'll be?
Alright, so are you
10
gonna
hours.
look in anything?
Probably.
No, we're gonna be here. I might rip some dice too a little bit later too.
No, that's fine.
All right.
But you do have Olivia, so.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Love you.
So since it's evasive, he can only be challenged by someone who is evasive also.
Correct.
So if I
Yeah,
quest.
the cool thing about him is you can't do anything about him.
So I'm gonna
Unless
quest.
you have like these kinds of cards.
I'm gonna quest with him and Mickey.
Correct.
So that takes me up to 9. So I was at 6. And Rafiki. Actually, I guess it would make sense just to quest with him. Or,
Yeah, because I mean,
she
she wouldn't want to trade that Kristoff because Kristoff can give her 2 lore.
Yeah. So quest
To
with
you.
him
I'm low on
too.
lore
So,
Love you.
so I'm at 10 there, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trash can in the back. You might see it in the
So
office.
I ready all of this. I draw a card.
Yep.
This character may interplay exerted.
It's got bodyguard.
Yeah.
So bodyguard's an interesting thing because it forces him to challenge this character because it has bodyguard instead of another character. So when it says it may enter the play exerted, that means if you were to quest with those characters, he can't challenge them. He has to take care of Hercules first because it has bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
So bodyguard is literally I'm gonna guard those other cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good distraction. Like he'd have to deal 3 damage before he can do anything with that.
Okay.
Or you can ink him.
I don't think I want to ink him.
Great.
I think I want to play.
I don't draw because I'm old, right?
You work on it first.
Right, no, no, first. Okay, and then I'm going
Should I ink a card or should I play a card?
You are really behind on the ink right now.
Yeah.
You got 4. He's got what? 7 or 6?
6.
Draw.
So you're at least 2 ink down.
I'm leaning toward inking Aurora
I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
and then playing
play Duke of
this.
West Gold.
You can play grab your swords. That would deal 2 damage to every single character on the board that he
Oh,
has.
every
That's what's great about grab your swords. They've only added 1 of those to the starter deck because it's so powerful. It's a rare. Only added what?
All right,
Grab your
let's
swords. We want 1 of
ink
those.
Aurora.
Every time I'm like, yeah, I didn't
Got
remember.
all of these.
Okay, so
So now you're gonna do grab your swords.
Yep. It's an action, so it doesn't count.
It's a 1 and done.
Okay.
So what that's going to do is that's going to kill Rafiki because he's already a 3/2. It's going to do 2 damage. He's going to be gone. Mickey's going to be a 3/1.
3/1.
3/1. And then the other 5/5.
Well,
Wait,
this
he's
one
drawing.
is drawing.
It's every one across.
Each opposing character.
Each opposing character, regardless of.
Wow.
My bread and butter is back on the
Okay.
alright, he's dry.
So
And then this has been used.
That's used. That goes away. You can use that counter.
ready for the Mad Hatter experience.
goes over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then your ink's gone.
My ink is
And
gone.
then you have a challenge
So I
request
can't-
consideration.
Okay.
This would probably be a good time to challenge with Grandma because
Grandma would be a great time to challenge.
Because I'm down
Okay,
to
so
1.
how does... I'm still trying to figure out the math part of it.
Sure. So any of these minuses only apply to his willpower, the second number. So he's a 3/1 and he's a 3/2.
So my how does my 1 attack his 3?
I'm down 2, so I have a 1. So you're 1 to take out my 1.
Okay, so attacking, I'm only looking at the second number.
Attacking, you're only looking at the second, except for this is going to determine how much comes off of you. Anything you do, she's going to go out.
So you basically take your first number against his second number, his first number against your second number. So it's like a diagonal, right? So it's like you're crisscrossing. So you're going to do 1 damage to his 1. He's
And then I'm
going
going
to
to be...
You'll be -2 at that point because you have 1 life.
I'll be like 0, -2. Is that how the math would work out?
So you don't subtract your strength. You only subtract your willpower.
So yeah, the strength only matters. The health matters when it comes to you being challenged. This only matters. This does never change. So every time you play, it doesn't matter how weak you are at that point.
This is going to be my weakness of the game right here.
No, it's yeah. You just do it a few times and you'll be.
Okay, so if my Grandma Tala attacked his Mickey Mouse.
Yep, you're gonna challenge Mickey.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's gonna be gone.
So you're gonna deal 1 damage to his 1 life Mickey.
Okay.
He's gonna do 3 damage to your 1 health Tala, which will banish her.
knock her out.
It's 0 or less. So read the ability on the card again when this character's banished.
Oh, she goes into my inkwell. That's
Exactly.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
So now you just you pick back up. So now you have Kristoff to think about.
Okay. I'm just gonna quest.
I'm going to ink or boil it.
Oh, you have an allowed.
Yeah, because if you challenge, I'm still gonna take him out.
Right.
But I also am evasive, so he can't challenge. You can't challenge.
You can't challenge his Jetsam,
So I would have to
but
quest
Sven could
first round.
smack Kristoff next round and take him right out. Because he's
They're
a
friends.
5/5. Yeah, right. He's a 5/5. So if he wanted to, he could wipe that out and he'd be down to a 5/2.
If I challenge
If you quest and then he decides to challenge your so it's like a trade-off. It's like I'm gonna quest, but now I'm left open to be challenged.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna leave it like that.
So you're gonna gain 2 lore, you said?
Yes, I just
Okay,
moved.
perfect. So you're out of everything.
So she's questing.
That's just the ones they had at
Okay.
the
Yep. So now you can ready and draw.
No, they're all mixed up already, so I wouldn't know which cards are which.
Oh, okay.
Dinglehopper.
Well, he's going out.
And I can use that
Good old Dinglehopper.
just 1 time.
No, it's actually an item. It stays on the board, and to use it, you exert it.
Okay.
And you can exert it the moment you play.
Okay. So.
Which that's a great card to have right now. So
Yeah.
that's perfect.
So we're gonna do that.
So Dinglehopper, if he exerts it, he gets to remove 1 damage from a chosen character.
From his chosen
From a chosen character. So again, the wording is interesting because if he wanted to, he can remove a damage if you had one on Kristoff.
Yeah, I could be nice and do it to you.
Yeah, because it doesn't say from one of his. It says from a chosen.
So, just for learning the purposes, in this case, which one would you take it off of? Obviously, Sven's got a lot extra life, but this one is evasive, so I feel like you might have a little bit longer time with him. I could use it next round.
So here's the thing to think about. This is where understanding what your opponent's playing comes into play, because she's playing Steel. Steel's going to have a lot of removal, like that grab your swords that just laid down some wreckage over here. She also has a Fire the Cannons, which is a minus, she can attack a chosen character for 2 damage.
You're still alive.
So you might want to think about that. If this was just a -1, then you're at 2, and if you healed, you'd be back to 3, making this card not as powerful because it couldn't have taken you out. So
But if we were playing closed deck,
hands, he wouldn't
have
know.
to-
That's where the assuming would come in. He'd be like, okay, she's playing Steel, she's playing Gray, so she probably has that, because why wouldn't you? It's a 1-cost awesome card. And she probably has 4 of them in her deck, so maybe I should think about that.
So if that
But-
in that scenario, knowing she has that, he'd be the one that.
It's still not going to save you because you're going to be a 2/3. You're going to be a 3/2, and that does 2 damage. But
At
next
least for this
turn-
round, if I
exactly,
wanted
yeah,
to.
yeah. But next turn you could do it again, and it'll be a 3/3 again.
Okay, so there's really nothing major that's going to help this guy right now.
Not really, because it's a 5/5. There's no threat over here.
So
you can remove 1 damage. from
remove
that
1
card.
damage from him.
Yep.
And then trying to figure if I want to get her up there.
How many cards can you have in play?
So
I don't think there's a limit of there's not a limit of cards in play.
So we're gonna
You can
get 'em out.
bring out
Yeah,
the
if you can go
wardrobe.
wide, go wide. But when Be Prepared hits, then you're gonna
Yeah.
be
prepared.
Be Prepared is a song that wipes all characters on both sides.
Okay, I'm gonna put
Very
chorus
aptly named.
down.
Did I actually get rid of a Be Prepared?
Question.
No, be
Since
our
I'm
guest.
using your
Be our
deck,
guest.
Yeah.
when do the booster packs come into play?
So booster packs are supplemental cards. These decks are purposefully built to just get you into the game immediately. Booster cards will then give you the opportunity to like swap cards out. So these packs have
But
a
a
lot
deck
of
always has
60.
60 cards.
Yeah.
So if I were to use any of my cards from my booster pack, I would just swap them.
Yeah, you would remove some cards.
Okay.
Or over time, you would just build your own deck from scratch
Gotcha.
and not even use a booster pack. But
Okay.
it's a good way to get started.
Okay, so drawing, questing for 1.
There's a lot of deck lists online too. Like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you want to see what other people are playing, people put out like.
Just a random baby at the door. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the popsicle place next door like brings all these kids to the door.
God, the windows.
So I'm drawing, or
Will you
she's
go-
out
Ross, can you
drawing,
go clean the room?
questing for 1 already added. I'm gonna leave Jetson alone so he's not. Well, actually no, I'm gonna quest with him too because he's not
He's evasive, so
so
she can't challenge him. Correct.
at least not with current board.
Correct.
And then I'm done.
So the support. So let's say
So
I've got
you are
Mickey
So
Mouse
I
here.
read it, ready,
You're gonna ready everything?
all of these.
Yeah. So if I quest with him, he gives his strength to Minnie,
draw.
and then I can
So it should
challenge.
be
I
a
got
4
another beast.
instead of a 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now she can take
Okay.
Jasper.
Okay.
It's like the villain
Okay,
beast.
I'm going to
These are
Ink Merlin.
Okay.
Okay. So
They are good.
Where's your dingle hopper?
I don't have one.
She doesn't have
That's
Dingle
what she
Hopper. She doesn't have a Amber.
So I
Wow. Alright, can I read you far?
I don't want to play this one.
Yep. So
Yeah, so he would force him to take out Hercules first before Kristoff in a
Right.
challenge.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna play him. Which
Here's
is
the other thing you could do.
3. Okay.
His ability, when you play him, you can banish chosen item.
Which would
Does he have an
banish-
item that's super annoying right now?
Well, what does it do again?
It heals a character
By
by 1.
And it's not one time use.
It's
It's
every
every
turn.
time.
It's an item. Yeah. Something else to think about.
Mm.
And before you play a character, since you have baskets, you can think about a challenge to
Mhm.
heal him for 2. So there's a few things to think about before playing Hercules, or anything really.
Okay.
Whenever you have coconut baskets, it forces you to look at a challenge first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice the item cards have like a gold border around them so you can tell them from actions apart?
I never remember
All
that
of the
either.
items have like a little gold.
Okay, so he's
Oh, nice,
going into
dude.
play.
The Dingle Hopper.
1, 2,
It's my
3,
my
4,
favorite item.
5.
he's got a sword.
Okay.
He's drawing.
Correct.
Okay. I've played a character, so I can remove 2 damage from chosen character. I could remove from his if I wanted, right?
But you're,
Yeah,
but
but
you're
you don't-
ruthless.
Well, I'm learning.
Yeah, exactly. The wording is very, very purposeful.
You said you quest for 1?
Yeah. So it really boils down to like the literal definition of the phrase.
Okay, so now I can quest or challenge
You
with
can.
Kristoff.
Before you do that, though, whenever you play this character, you have to banish chosen item. So we gotta banish an item. Not my Dingle Hopper.
Okay. Even though it's drawing.
Correct. Yeah, because it's an on-play effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so quest or challenge.
So you can do quest or
I'm
challenge.
very far behind.
Back in the inner world. Where she
All right.
always goes.
Could he knock me out?
He's at 12. His Sven could take you out in one swing.
And that makes you lose 1.
Or his wardrobe.
Jetsam, yeah.
Alright.
Well, I'm doing all 4 of this anyway, so let's just do this.
And before you end your turn, you do have Fire the Cannons. You can deal 2 damage to something because you have 1 ink left. So you could deal 2 damage to, say,
Let's
Jetsam.
do that first. That's okay.
Trent's like,
I forgot it was over.
I know, I'm playing both sides. So I'm just like, you know, you should do this. You should.
I'm going to.
And that supersedes any kind of evasive stuff, right?
Yeah, because evasive's only relevant for challenging. So
Okay.
it says
So-
only characters with evasive can
Alright,
challenge
so
this
it
character.
takes away 2 from his second number. So I could play it. Could I play it on Jetson?
Yeah, it would take it
Yes.
out.
You can't challenge Jetson because he's got evasive, but you can hit him with Fire the Cannons.
And get the point.
I'm gonna hit you.
You can't challenge
Yeah.
and quest.
So
Okay.
he's a 3/2, 2 damage, 3/0.
And this
he's
is a
gone.
one-time roll.
Unless
It's
the
a
card
one-time
says
use.
to show you
Correct.
that.
Stinky.
Okay. But you have to
Okay.
unquest.
So you just did some damage too. So that's good. All right.
Okay.
You're out of ink. You don't have any more characters.
It's just to the one that she chooses, right? It's not to everybody on the board.
Correct. Grab your swords. It's everybody
Yeah.
because it costs 5.
Yeah, I know
Fire
it
the
says the
Cannons.
chosen character.
Correct.
Okay. So
It
ready.
only costs 1. If it was 1, it does 2 to everything. That'd be insane.
So it was plus 3.
Stitch.
To your attack, right?
That's a cute card. I always like
So
Stitch.
I might as well get him on the board.
Your strength is yours.
So that you hit.
Oh.
He's got that dog tongue out.
He only has.
So get him on the board at least.
So Attacking this is your difficulty.
So what am I doing? Let's have three.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and
Damage is 3, so you've got 2 left.
take out Kristoff with
Sven.
because that'll leave him
Alright.
with 4.
Playing nice.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be
So
using
you
it
take
for
another
more
3.
than-
Yeah.
Okay, so what just happened?
So hold on. I gotta think now.
He's already out, right?
3. I'm at 5-5, so that takes me down to 5-2. That one can take me out next round.
Correct. But you do 5 damage to her 4, so it would be a trade.
Okay.
And you actually want to do that because this can give her 2 lore, and that only gives you 1.
Yeah.
But it gets a big body off the board.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
it's like, who knows if that whatever's the best move there.
So we're gonna
It's the turning.
challenge
non-turning.
Kristoff,
Okay.
which is gonna take him out.
And it takes him out because
I've
you
got 5
are
power and
5.
he's got 3.
Yeah, he's got 5 strength. That's going to hit your 3 willpower, which is the second number.
Negative 2.
I got it.
And then you're
Essentially, yeah, it's 0 or less, right? And then so you're going to do 3 to him, but he's already got 2, so he's going to have a -5 because he already had -2, and you just added -3, so he's now
Gotcha.
off
Okay.
5-2.
I'm gonna quest.
The math gets hard once it's over like 4.
I'm gonna quest with wardrobe.
Well, and I'm not math oriented anyway.
Yeah, right. So you're at 13.
all I
That's
can
it.
do.
So it's your turn again. So
My
you can-
turn.
you
So
can
ready
up.
beast.
Yep.
These accidentally ready. Okay. So draw.
Draw.
Jasmine.
Daily question.
Hey, babe. That's the thing.
Okay.
Oh.
3.
Oh, you got a Jasmine. Okay.
Yes.
So it's a 3 cost 3/3 with 2 lore.
A
Vanilla.
character with a cost of 3
So I
lore
wanna
can sing the song
play
for
her.
free. So I guess
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even need to do this piece.
Do that.
Yeah, I guess that's what the
So
is. But
I
then
can
this I get to return a chosen
play
character
one
to
more
place
character if I
in
wanted.
the
He would also be drawing.
back.
Correct.
Okay. Or I could use Hercules.
You can use Hercules to create a bodyguard for those 2.
Songs are just these cards.
Okay.
Might be a good idea since they're both 2 lures.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, let's do that. So he goes in exerted.
So again, the thing about coconut baskets is before you play a character, you might want to look at any opportunity to deal with any of his garbage on the thing here. And then you could heal for 2 by playing Jasmine then.
So I can challenge with Beast.
You can challenge with Beast, correct.
He's at
He's a 5/2,
2.
and
So
then Wardrobe's a 3/4.
my 4 would take out his 4. So I could take out either of these cards.
You could, but you would die to one of them.
Okay.
You would die to Sven, because he's going to do 5 damage to your 4 willpower.
Okay.
You wouldn't die to Wardrobe, which is 3 to your 4.
Let's do that. So I challenge your wardrobe.
So then your Wardrobe dies to 4 damage.
Do I take
You
any-
take -3,
So I put this on here?
correct.
Okay.
Then you would have played Jasmine, right?
Okay.
And then you would have healed for 2 because of coconut, so now you're at
Negative
-1.
one.
So now you're at a 4/3.
No.
Should I give the mic some ASMR?
Okay. And now
And
I
now
want
you
to
now you
play
can do whatever you want.
Hercules, who goes in exerted.
Correct.
These are tapped.
Correct. And,
Little star
and your coconut basket goes into effect again.
Yeah.
So you played a character, you can remove 2 damage, you only have 1, so just remove the 1 and he's back up to a 4/4. Exerted, can't quest, but not bad.
Nice. Okay.
So the question is, when it comes to this,
Yes.
my 5 takes the 3 out, then it puts 2 on this, or is it just address this?
You can it would only address this.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't it's not like in Magic they have trample damage, which is like damage that rolls down.
That's what I
This doesn't.
Wax wheels in the face.
Exactly.
So Mickey, I'm gonna bring him
That's a
out.
That's a really
cool. Yeah.
I think I have that card actually.
It came in the deck. Depending on which deck
But you got a foil.
So,
Foil is super rare.
okay. So that one's drying actually, or is it a?
Yeah, so you pay 1. Oh yeah, this is the broom one. You pay 1 less for brooms, and then whenever you play a broom,
So you
or
have
whenever
to
a broom is
active.
banished in a challenge, you can bring it back to your hand. So that's the broom.
Not a
Mickey.
not a previous challenge, though, a
Correct,
current
yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so really nothing going on there right
Yeah,
now.
that's just you got to time that with your brooms.
And Sven can take out. Well, no.
So you have to address Hercules first if you're gonna do anything.
No.
So I'm gonna have to deal with Jasmine next time.
You can quest with her, and
But Coconut's going to be able to.
Coconut can heal if she plays another character, which she has a Kristoff, which you don't know about. But you can assume she has another character at some point.
Yeah.
So your priority right now is Hercules.
So really the only way for me to get rid of him is take Sven, and that's going to knock
If
him
you
out.
wanted to get rid of him, that's what you can do. This is where
get rid of Hercules?
correct.
Okay.
Because he has to, because it has bodyguard.
But I mean, when she plays that, Coconut's going to heal it back to where he was if I use Stitch.
He would be dead because that's 5 damage.
But I'm saying if I use Stitch,
oh,
though.
Correct.
So if I use Stitch, it'd be just a lost play, really.
Correct.
So let's
So you would
challenge.
have to do that.
Yeah, so challenge Gladiator or Hercules.
So your 5 is challenging my 3, which wipes me out.
And your 3 wipes out mine because I'm only down to 2. Correct.
Okay.
So those are both off the board.
Yep.
So my only option now is to quest with Stitch, which leaves him basically dead in the water.
Yeah, because she could challenge him and take him out because both of her cards are more than your 2/2.
So I think my
It's
best
a 4/4 and a 3/3.
So my best play is just to sit.
Your best bet might be to just hang out.
Yeah. So I'm done.
Hang out, drink a beer.
Yeah. So you're gonna ready
All of the.
and draw.
Quest with her, which would ready all of them.
But also heals her characters. If she had any
While
damage.
challenging,
When she-
this character gets 4.
When she draws that card, it heals the character that's if the character's
No,
damaged.
nobody gets healed unless you have an item that says you can heal, and that can.
I thought that was the coconut basket though.
When she plays a character, it heals, not when she draws a card.
Okay.
Oh,
While
Simba's awesome.
challenging, I get an additional 4 health, so I have 8 health.
You have 4 strength, so you turn into an 8/6. Challenger
so is there a way
always.
to display that though, like a counter or like a counting token?
No, these are all
No,
negative.
because it's a one-time. It only applies when the challenge is active. As soon as the challenging phase is over, it goes back to a 4/6, and it takes whatever damage it took in the challenge. So it could be a 4 whatever.
So I want to definitely keep
And
that card.
this thing has evasive.
I only have 6 inks, so I can't play it.
You could ink Kristoff to play him, or you could wait for another turn or play Kristoff. And
So rude over there.
I would. You're at 6 lore.
Yes.
He's at 13. You have 4 lore on the board. He's got 3. You got some higher cost cards. I mean, you could play this card and really kind of mess with them. It's up to you. It's got 2 lore. So that means you'd have 2, 4, 6 lore on the board.
That I could potentially all
That
play
you
at the
could
same time.
correct. And you can go right to 12, and then it's like, oh crap, if she does that again, she's at 18. I gotta
Right.
die. It forces him to answer, which is what we got into last game.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And this is
let's-
evasive, and he has nothing evasive on the board, so he can't challenge this character. Because evasive is you're too quick, right? You're too agile. You can't be hit.
Okay, let's do that. So ink
In Kristoff.
this one,
Yep. You play
and
the-
then play this one, and he's drawing.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You're gonna heal for 2 regardless. You don't have any damage, so it doesn't matter. So
Okay.
you can ignore that, but that's just
So
always
now I
something to think
can
about.
challenge.
You can quest or challenge.
Nothing on my board's challengeable though.
All right, correct. Yes,
Oh,
you can
sure.
only quest.
Okay. Would it be smart to quest both, or should I only quest one?
It's smart to quest if you know that the challenge that he would answer with is favorable for you.
Okay.
And
Which
what I
would
mean
be?
by and what I would mean by that is
I could take Jasmine out, something I can do.
his Mickey's a 3/4, so he could take out your Jasmine and or give 3 damage to your beast. It would banish him
And then
either
Simba
way.
takes him out when he drives.
Yeah, yeah. So you could gain 4 lore, but you have to think about his response too.
Attack.
Okay.
Mad Hatter.
He's out of here.
He would probably
If I played both of these, I wouldn't get very far.
you get 4 lore. You go to 10.
Yeah.
And you're at 6, and you need to gain. He's at 13, so he's already doubled your lore. So you have to think about that too.
Okay. Well, let's do it and just see what happens.
Drawing.
You're gonna quest for 4.
Yes.
Okay.
7, 8,
So now you're at 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Please. And now I'm done.
So now you're both doing what we call top decking right now, which is like you're kind of you're at the mercy of whatever card you draw because you have no options.
So, Facilier comes out.
Ooh.
So, get all those on there.
I
He's the
didn't know
challenging
that.
king.
So he does the same thing Simba does, but he only gets 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like does 2 damage,
No,
I
remember,
guess.
here's the card
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
comes
Yep.
So
But he only costs 2 and he costs 7 because he has
Wait,
the
he
full
has
stuff.
0.
Yeah, when he challenges, he gets 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. He has the same thing you do, but you get 4.
So
He gets 2. Yeah.
I'm gonna quest with both of those to go 3 higher.
Nice.
Yeah, go.
All right, so he's within 4, so you gotta, it's forcing you to answer.
Okay.
So you can, you're done.
You're done, right?
You can ready and.
Okay. Ready?
Is that a die or a tooth? What's
Right.
going on over there?
When people borrow dice from me, I give them these to tilt them.
That is awesome.
Wow.
If only you can get a 20 side, you know? It's like that'll be.
All right, so I drew this.
Olivia.
He knows what this does.
Do I gotta go
Captain Hook is cool.
report my
Yeah.
That wasn't you.
So then you got open a basket, so think that through.
Did I?
Okay, so I would want to challenge first. I can challenge both of these. My first number hits his second number, right?
Correct.
So I can challenge Simba and knock out either one of those.
Yes. And you would survive either battle.
Okay, let's do that.
And-
Because I'm like
yeah.
working it out in my brain. All right, so I challenge your Mickey,
Okay.
and then I would get
You get -3.
-3.
He's got 3.
His 3 to my 6.
Yes. So you're a 4-3 now.
Okay.
This song for free.
Then I can.
I have no clue if I'm gonna send Jafar back to your hand.
When
That's
you
not
see
playing a
these, is your
character,
plan.
right?
That's challenging a
So
character.
you've got your
Okay.
Jafar's coming back for the
I
second time.
could either one of these could challenge Stitch and also knock him out.
Correct.
Okay.
Because he's lower, it's smarter for me to play my lower one.
So
You could. Yeah, they're both 2 lore.
Character more consistent.
So this would put me at -1.
That would put you at -2, so you'd be a 3-1.
So
Because he's gonna do 2 damage to your 3, so you're at 1 left.
Yeah, to sing it. Yeah.
and then that would put me
You'd be a 4-2.
4-2.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess let's.
I mean, I would use this one because it's just this one's
Yeah.
a 4-4. It's the same lore. It doesn't,
Let's challenge Stitch, which puts me at 3 -2.
Correct.
Okay. Alright. So now I could play this one
Yep.
and get damage back.
And heal for 2. And yeah, you could. Does it say heal 2 damage?
Remove 2 damage from chosen character.
Okay, so it's
so
only
from a single character.
Correct. Yeah, that was my question. That you remove 2 damage versus 2 damage from a chosen character.
Alright, let's play him.
Yep.
So I would want to remove from this one, right? Because it's the stronger card.
You could. Yeah, it would make it more of a pain in the butt to take care of because it would be a 4-5, and 5 damage is kind of hard to overcome versus 3.
But it is an evasive, so I don't have anything that's going to be able to challenge it.
Oh well, that's a very good point. That's I didn't even
Okay,
notice.
I'm not
So evasive. This is part of one of it. This is one of the things that makes this really cool. He can't challenge this card
Okay.
because it has evasive. He could challenge this card because it doesn't. So that's a good catch. Thanks.
So then I should remove the damage from this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only way that he could hit this right now is if, you challenged
he
the guy
had
and
one of
killed it
the
naturally, or if
still-
he, yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, so I can still. Wait, hold on. He was.
So
one
he's
cost.
drawing. So you can still
You can
do
quest
something
with Beast.
I can quest with Beast.
Yeah.
Beast is 2 lore, which would leave him open. But I've got a lot on the board.
And his Dr. Facilier
It's not even active.
can only be a 2-4 if he challenges your beast.
And it would kill me.
And it would kill him to challenge him. So
Okay, so 2
wouldn't be a
lore
great
puts me
idea.
at 12. Okay.
Okay.
So you're at 12, and you have 2, 4, 6, 7 more on the board.
Can.
Forcing you to make some pretty drastic
Without anything
choices.
else to do right now.
You're a top decking right now.
Yeah. So
you can ready.
How did I stumble into that?
Well, this is playing out exactly how the training game that I went through went. You know,
Okay.
I was like, oh man, I need to do some stuff to like make this interesting. And
So
then all of a sudden,
I'm gonna get Mickey on the board to dry.
Mickey's a great card.
Yep.
3 cost, 3/3, 2 lore, vanilla. He's just a good value. You know,
So the vanilla cards are just good playing cards, right?
not all vanilla cards are great.
Official.
The only reason Mickey's so cool is because he has 2 lore
And 3.
and he's a 3/3, and they only cost 3 ink. You're gonna notice that some other cards don't have that amount of lore or that amount of like life or willpower
Nice. I like
for that cost.
So really my only choice, because me doing any damage is not going to help me at all. Because she's just going to take it off with, well, she doesn't have a
She
player
doesn't have
card.
cards, and you have a card designed to challenge.
He doesn't do a whole lot.
So he punches up. In other words, he's got 4 life, he's got 2 damage, and he only costs 2. So he's designed the challenge.
But the question for me is, I'm only 4 away. Do I take the point, just let her kill me next time?
And just hope that you top deck something good.
Yeah. And then next round I can get 2 out of him.
Be 1 away.
Be 1 away.
But she's at 12, and if you don't answer,
So if
she's going to gain 7.
request all of mine,
She's going to win in 2 turns. So you either have to start slowing her down, or she's going to win in not next turn, but the next turn.
I know.
Unless you answer and take out something.
These two.
Well, I can't take out anything. I can only do damage to something.
So
you can
correct.
take out my jazz.
You can't touch this one. You
Oh,
can
no,
only
wait,
do 2
because
damage
he's
to
not in
that.
play.
So realistically,
Yeah, you might not have any options.
Sounds like you want the smarter 17-year-olds around.
I think my best option is
Your best option's
taking the
probably
point,
to Yeah.
taking the point, and then leaves him open and my turn's done.
Yeah, because if you didn't do that and you did challenge, you'd survive the challenge. You'd be down to 1.
And I would just waste it.
And then she's gonna quest and get up to like 19.
And then she would kill me anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd have to then make another choice of like, man, do I kill my Dr. Facilier? But then you'd have to take out 3 other cards. So
I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
So I ready
Correct. Yep.
everybody.
Everybody.
Extended art?
Okay, draw.
It's shiny Takava. That's still fun.
And then I'm gonna challenge.
You just got to be prepared.
Oh, Prince. Well,
Does that end it?
it doesn't end it. It doesn't make it any easier. That's for sure. It's the same card as Hook essentially, but it has 1 more life. It's a challenge card, so it becomes a 3/3 when challenging.
Okay. So I can only attack Dr. Facilier
And
Yes.
quest.
in quest.
Yep.
So my first number would attack his second number.
So he's a 0/4 right now. So you're not going to
So
take
the
any
only
damage.
ones that I could challenge with are these, and this one I would have 8
The one that you just bought.
against his.
Well,
That's okay though.
we play 4.
Correct.
I have 4.
Yeah, so it would be overkill. In other words. I mean, either way you go, it's a banish, right? Either using Beast or him.
So you can't take him out with Hook. You can take him out with
These two.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
those 2.
And they both give you 2 lore, so it doesn't really matter. And they both take 0 damage because it's 0/4. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick, as far as I'm aware.
This one's evasive. Does that matter?
It's evasive. That means he can't
He can't
challenge back
challenge.
into you, so he's the best bet, I think, to use because he can't retaliate and attack him
Okay.
I
back.
think I lost.
So let's do that. And because he's a 0, I stay at
You
-3.
stay at -3, correct.
So I may actually.
And so now you can quest your other ones out.
Yep, you can either quest or do nothing.
It's gonna be another month until the next one.
This
Oh,
might
you
be
got
stupid,
Tinker
but
Boom.
I'm learning. So let's
Aw.
quest all of these,
Yeah.
which is 5.
So you go to 17.
Okay. And then,
It's not looking good.
I know.
and I can't do anything else because I've turned all these, right?
Correct.
Like I
I mean, the only thing you could do if you wanted to is play him and heal for 2, but it's like you don't really need to because you're yeah.
Yeah, unless I just draw something unbelievable here.
Unless you draw Be Prepared. then
I'm
it's
gonna
over.
keep
And
him
you're
over
not
there
even playing
just
Ruby,
for.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes.
Ready?
For me, it's a.
Bringing out Jafar.
Hi,
Hey.
hi.
Hey, hey.
Or is, you know, he.
So that has an ability that we haven't even covered yet called support. Support's really cool and it adds a whole nother level of like confusion to the attack willpower game.
Be great if you could add your lore, because then I could win it.
Or you know what you could have drawn? You could have drawn a rush, but I don't think there's any rush in there because that would be able to tap immediately.
So realistically, my only play is bring him out, get him drying, quest with him, go to 19, and lose by 1.
And lose by 1. Good game.
Okay, so you're done?
Yeah.
Alright, out of here.
I'm good, man. I got water right
All you gotta do is quest for 3 and you win.
Unless water's not water, then yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't need to do anything. I just straight up quest.
Yeah, just for
Quest for 3 points and you win.
For civility's sake, you can draw and just see what happens, and then quest and then be done.
If you get the card that says you lose, then that's great.
Man, wouldn't that suck if there were one of those?
There should be. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There you go. It's technically a best of 3, so you guys can play another game if you want to.
I don't know if I have another game.
I don't. It is 8 o'clock. Thank you for letting me use your deck.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
I'll get mine in order.
No problem. All right. So let's see.
These are my buttons, but this cards. Where's your set for your stuff? Over here?
Right there. Yeah, you can just set it right in front of you. I'll take care of it.
What's the best way to store these little doodads?
Probably just get you can put them in a sleeve or something if you want it.
That's a
or
good idea. Put them in one of the sleeves. Yeah, with your deck.
Do y'all sell the sleeves?
Always.
They did. I know they're going to order more of these dragon shields. These are amazing. These are these, yeah. And there's pretty much any color imaginable. They did sell the sleeves, but do you have any more sleeves?
Just whenever I quest, you lose.
No.
Like Lorcana sleeves?
We have a single round winner over here. So,
Who did?
And they both have to leave, so that's
I don't have to leave. I just don't have another game in me right now.
I've got to leave. I'm hungry.
I ordered a bunch of pizzas.
That's why I'm staying.
Okay, I ordered a bunch of pizzas.
One more for 5.
That's not
horrible.
Yeah. Lost on I lost by 1. It was great.
Yeah,
I
that was
thought
tough.
you were gonna win. I
gotta-
don't know.
I will say though, I think some of the things that I told you and brought up during the game, I think I kind of won that game too.
We both won.
That's right. That's right.
That was cool.
Okay.
Alright,
But the point is, did you have fun?
I think I kind of won too, though, to be honest.
pick a pen.
Oh man.
Alright.
Here's your cards.
Thank you.
Blossom.
Did you hear me?
Joining the party.
So I gotta let my paper out soon.
Your picker?
My pecker.
Somebody want a game yet?
Oh, your bird?
No,
Christopher.
my dog.
Pick a pen. I got a
Why would a dog be called a pecker?
Blossom joining
Is that its actual name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know this. You may have told me that before, but I don't remember.
Blossom party. Spin.
You never seen my pecker?
I don't. Please don't keep saying it like that.
Spin's
Just,
taking out
I feel
Are you
like
talking about this?
No. Talking about a dog I have no pictures of for some reason.
you don't love her. You don't love your pecker.
Not really. I love more than my cats.
Oh.
Hate cats.
Okay.
Why do I have cats? I don't know. My pecker.
We're going to town.
It does not look like a pecker.
Because Jafar also has his.
My pecker.
Wait, is that a dog?
Yeah.
What is it?
No,
A
down there.
poodle or something? Like a Dalmatian or a
Toy poodle. Dachshund.
Yeah, I was gonna say dachshund poodle. The other D dog.
Yeah.
Mine's a doodle too. It's a golden doodle.
Yep, that's what we have.
I wanted one, but
Oh,
no. Too crazy.
Y'all ain't leaving, right?
No, I'm just putting some stuff up.
She
I
has.
have a pin thing where I can put my pins.
Oh yeah. These are all the promo cards they give us. This is the last one.
Very cool.
What about the hee-hee?
Right on, thank you.
You got
He
it.
came out with a
You already gave those out?
Yeah, but yeah. Did I give you one already?
No, I gave one for Dad of those.
Oh, yeah. He is in the back.
I'm going to.
I assume you gave Dad the Tinkerbell.
Single hopper in action.
Alright.
Going up to.
Yes, he did pick up 2 right.
Okay.
I need to get
Right before he walked out the door.
So you got 3
I think the Tinkerbell's just a normal Tinkerbell though. It's not like a.
Yeah, it's still something, I guess. Hey, take your free stuff when you can get it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Exactly.
Jafar's vesting.
Did you see what you sent your
I don't know. That wasn't in there for.
Can't bought.
What?
You're just top decking in.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, that's an ink.
Alright.
A set of 3 of them sold for like
Oh,
900
it's
last
kinda
night.
hidden in
The
there.
first ones that showed up on eBay, now they're not bad at all, but still. And it may have been like a shill bid thing, or someone just did it to make a to try to force it.
This is more for you come in, you can earn points doing different things.
Huh?
So your name goes on there.
Well, that's one of them, but just look up the
different stuff as
Lorcana promo set. They'll show you the D23s, which are like crazy money, and then
Have you been to D23?
I have not.
Me neither.
It would be something cool to go to, but I have not.
Yeah.
My little brother goes to Gen Con every year.
Yeah. This year was crazy from what I understand.
Yeah. No, he was up there this year, and I'm like, yo, give me some Lorcana stuff. So he's got one of the Mickey promos for me.
Nice.
But that's it. Like there was nothing else he could buy. They bought something, him and his fiance, something else from there. He's like, what about them promos? And he just kind of gave him one.
Yeah.
So
I know the giveaway mat they had there is like crazy expensive.
Oh, I didn't know.
They had like a mat that was like.
You had to earn it.
Yeah.
Top 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's top 8 now.
And it's
Is there a healing?
Some
like
cards
5 or
have
6
heal.
different
Okay.
Needle Hopper can heal. Oh, that's cool.
I can go once. I didn't know if there was like a time heal, like a long rest,
No,
if you will.
unfortunately, damage carries over.
Okay, great.
Well, that's it.
Oh,
The
you're
more you
smart.
do, you're like, oh, gotta get the card sleeves so I get my card safe.
Hey man,
Right? But then I want to get them back because
Just
like
my little bag for the card
I
shuffle.
got a charger. Put your deck in a box.
Yep.
So I just.
I actually have like a charger right there, but
Right. So it's at the paper.
but it's got like a spot where you can make your own little charger.
The detective
Deck box.
listed for 110.
Yeah, last night, like I said, like a full set sold. Like look at the sold listings.
That's actually good enough to have like 3 decks.
You gotta stop the stream, baby.
I've seen those rectangle shaped ones. What?
Got an alt art.
What?
That's
Borderless Aladdin.
There's the one.
Yeah, a set of 3, 200
Very
bucks.
nice. Look at you.
Cool. Show us.
Doesn't like us.
Okay.
Alright, I'm out. Good
Alright.
You too.
I need to see if I can
You
win.
know what's funny? He said you're closing tonight and Saturday night. I said, I was like, because we don't like
Brutal.
It's like, yeah, sounds like
Anytime.
So close.
Sequel Hopper's different.
It's a jingle hopper. Or
There's a
dinghy.
way that I
That's
can
crazy. $200 bucks.
Yeah, so
That
you
was
just
today.
I think I can see it here, so I have a logo.
That's 7:42, so like
This is the tray.
20 minutes ago.
Sold? For how much?
$200
For which one? The
full set of 3.
Yeah. They were selling for like 3 something earlier. Because I was looking at it, I was like, damn.
Finish it out, yeah.
I was gonna tell the guy like, when you sell them on eBay,
All right, good
give
game.
me the profits.
Good comeback.
Alright, that was it.
Or you sell the profits.
1-1.
I don't know if Tom would piss since he's slow.
Huh?
I don't know if Tom would piss.
Don't do it right now.
Who pulled the alt art?
Yeah.
Do it.
Tommy
Do
or
it when
Joey?
the time's
Which one
right.
pulled Enchanted? Tommy did?
Where is it?
Which one do you get?
Oh, he put it in the bank, I think.
It was Aladdin.
Oh, nice.
He took it right to the
Safety deposit.
Right to
safety
the
deposit
case.
box.
Probably a smart idea.
I mean, we could take them. I mean, all of us.
Maybe if it was Tinkerbell.
Yeah, the Tinkerbell's pretty awesome
I
looking.
feel like I finally got it now.
Are you guys staying?
Whenever you got rid of Funko, I was
Sure.
Oh, no, that was it. That was
Is that it?
Alright, let's go. My plan.
Puppy nap.
But I think I want to put it on TCG Player or eBay
Here's
right
your
now.
bracket. Should be
What are they going for?
Like almost $300.
Best of 3, one more to go.
288.
You can use my mat.
Do you want to throw some of your other cards on? Or you good? Okay.
I'm still seeing cards.
That's nice, man.
I know, I feel
Take
like
a picture
there's
with it.
like
We're tied right
We're
now.
tied 1-1.
Are you playing? Are you playing?
He's like, it's big.
They're gonna
You
play.
playing
Play
Starter Deck?
on the
Starter
stream. Starter Deck. Play on the stream. Play on the stream, please.
Yes. Let's go.
What's that?
Beautiful. Also,
You guys
right.
want to pick up and drop to the second row?
We're also still learning down here. So
Unlike
I-
our buddy that was
also,
shipping
she's
people
so, you're so far away. Our like, we're pretty used for
He would
seeing
ship
you
me
off.
stuff and he would put that.
It's gonna be the like
He
tag
put
on the bottom of the
Kylo Ren on it. So.
Alright.
That's
I'm gonna
hilarious.
run my triple Mad Hatter strategy this round.
You know, if you play multiple
No sideboards?
That's fair. If I
Right,
can
I love
Where
that.
the hell is my? I have
I
something.
will
I'm trying to-
continue to
There's
run by
one
Tingle
chapter
Hopper
out,
Minnie Mouse.
but everybody's like, what about sideboards? What about this one? I'm like,
What are you gonna sideboard
it's a
for?
cool game.
Everyone subscribe to
Let
me
it
on
come
Twitch.
out. Let's have some fun.
Some of these?
Let's let them do their.
Dude,
what they do.
I have a lore counter, and I
Look up
can't
my
find it.
Oh,
Yeah, but I
got this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's the principle.
I know what you mean.
It's the principle of the
I
thing.
have it for a reason.
No, I got it. I paid a lot.
Oh my.
Check that out.
That's cool.
Oh, I thought
Give
you
it-
meant
give it
one
a
of those
spin.
little paper ones.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
see,
thought you meant a paper one too.
I was so
I
excited
like this
to
a lot
finally
better.
use it.
That's really
And that's
cool.
great.
Like,
Can I see that? That's awesome.
Alright, you go first
Yeah.
again.
So Etsy, if you guys want a super over expensively elaborate thing that counts to 20 in case you can't.
Look at this.
God.
I had the app. I just
Okay.
didn't even think about it.
You brought your tablets. Okay. All right.
Almost like I know what
Playing
I'm
for
doing.
keeps. Okay.
Look how he shuffles them. Of course he knows what he's doing. I
Hey,
have
I'm
no
doing
idea.
something
That's
just like, I'm
like-
doing that same thing, but much slower. And less, and less.
Yeah, I
and
see.
less,
I see. But his like
are
like
we
all
gonna-
rainbowy.
How long are we
you know,
gonna do this
fan
for? Are we gonna
Pretty.
want to cut? We'll do it. We'll be proper.
Oh.
No, that's a great word.
It's freaking shields, right?
Yeah.
All right.
They're
Alright,
good.
how
Do you
long
have,
does the
do you
game
have
take to play?
I have this die. Is that
Sure,
good
go
enough
for
for
it.
you? Do you want to
Internet.
roll or you want to go?
Internet.
Joey or Tommy.
Oh, I might win one today.
Yes, you did.
That's the first one I've won.
First or second?
Average gameplay
I'll
time.
go first.
I can't. I don't know the internet
Yeah,
password.
I don't
You have to talk to Tommy.
No, you cut off my internet.
Oh.
About 30 minutes or so.
Alright.
I should have. It's
Depending
fine.
on, I mean, everybody's
The perfect
different
background.
level,
Well, and it's a little slower right now.
Okay.
Everybody's learning. I was just curious.
You can.
That's what
You
it
can
seems like I got
roll
my
again
bag
if you
of
want,
goodies, yeah.
since you're going. Seven. Just give me a minute here. I don't have any limits on here. Are you good?
Okay, I'm good now.
I didn't even do anything. It's not my child. It's not my child.
You try to convince yourself?
Is it working?
Because I do it all the time.
Okay. I'm going
Kinda-
to.
I kind of like my hand.
I know. That's what's difficult with
Kinda
this,
like
right?
it.
Like the cards I don't like are inkable. I could just put them down for ink.
Well, that's the thing about this game. I think I'm okay. Whatever. We'll just. We're friendly here.
That will control your temper's ink and will exert ink.
I'm gonna do something I thought. Well, I'm gonna ink up Eric,
My internal law. That is a fucking bar.
and I wish I had a one play. So that's all you.
Alright, ready, set, draw. And we will ink to control your temper. We will quest for one. And that's a turn.
Sweet.
And we both kind of missed steps here.
I'm going to.
What are we missing? Call me out. Call me out. What do we got?
And then I'm going to, in
I wish
fact,
I'd have played something on turn 2 there, but.
Ooh,
It's
we're
just
going
not-
too fast. We're going too fast. How about that? We'll just.
Oh, no,
play.
no, no. I don't have anything to play. I just
Oh,
really wish
okay.
I did.
We'll see. Now I'm in a position
All right.
where I don't really want to get rid of
so
anything.
confident now. I'm just like full of confidence.
One afternoon, and you're a pro.
Look at this.
You got
It's game
this.
4.
All right. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this either.
I'm okay if you do it.
I'm gonna. I don't care. Bodyguard.
Okay.
Or Hercules.
I do the same thing when I play. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
playing
I
bodyguard.
don't. I don't care about the thing.
Why is like, which one?
Yeah, and we're gonna Tala.
Card. Even if she doesn't do much,
Oh, she's the best.
Run her
She's the
into
best.
something, and
She's the best. Until chapter 2, she'll be the best. Until something else comes out that does something.
I think to use it.
Like remove chosen ink from opposing players' inkwell, and then Tal will be useless.
it'd have to be at random, right? I would think.
I think it should say Gravitala.
Yeah, right.
Just to limit the
Get
use.
Gravitala.
Maleficent, what'd she do to you?
She was unfortunately in my hand. We're gonna play.
Yeah.
Put it on the side.
Grab your 2.
2. Quest for 1. and
He's
2.
just there to.
Well, they did that for Taka.
Ready.
So, like, if you have
But if
Moana,
I attack you,
get rid of Taka.
Oh, wow.
Specifically that one.
Yeah, if you attack him, he's gone.
He's
But
just.
while he's
Yeah, that was
attacking,
aggressive.
he can take out.
That's the one which would
So he's just there to get.
From the Disney lore, totally get it.
I'm not hanging.
But from a
Would you guys
playground standpoint, no.
Did you guys see that whole like Flounder Zeus fiasco?
No.
Or no, was it Flounder? Flounder or was it Sebastian? No, Sebastian, because Flounder's not in the game. Sebastian. There was a play at a tournament at Gen Con where Sebastian took out a Zeus, and they were like, what? Yeah. It's like, how does Flounder take out, or Sebastian take out Zeus? It's like, that's insane.
I think you're right the first one. I think it was
Oh,
Flounder.
Flounder? Yeah. Either way, it's just as funny either way. It doesn't
I want Zeus to be so
There's a
good,
hollow
but
Robin
when
Hood.
you've got no strength.
So I gotta buy it from
When
him.
you have no strength, right? You're.
Did you not already get a hollow Robin?
Turn sideways.
Hollow, just got
Ink
the
and Goons.
base ones.
I thought you did get a hollow.
Oh, they're both just the regulars.
Playing third 3 for Kristoff.
Okay.
And
So if I find one, you want it?
Nick, are you in the Discord?
I am.
Okay, that's where I hear about all those stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I've been blitzing the different YouTube channels and all those guys on the Discord, and I'm a moderator on the Middle Tennessee one. So
What all came in this?
just trying to keep. I've been playing on Pixelborn for a few weeks now, so I just built the starter deck and just played the starter deck. I messed around with other stuff, but like I hate playing starter deck against people who had like fully fledged,
Right,
optimized decks. I'm like, come on, guys.
Stitch down.
Have some power to it. Where are the sleeves at? Y'all have those yourself?
I know enough to be dangerous in this game.
I mean, we have some
Right.
sleeves. It's
You
just
know,
not Lorcana. You want
not a
some?
great win rate with starter decks.
Down the wardrobe.
3 for Mickey.
Mickey.
Quest for 1.
Uh,
Right, like I know the starter decks really well. We proxied all 3 of them and played a bunch.
There's Aurora.
yeah.
And then I printed off a couple decks and I've been playing with them. Like, oh man, it feels really good, but it feels bad when you're beating your kids when they play starter decks.
Okay, you should never beat your kids.
That's a
Right.
yeah, that's enchant.
I don't.
That's
I don't want to do this.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Enchanted.
So, well, he's
Go to hell.
he
An
just
Aurora
died.
Enchanted.
Oh!
Yeah, so that's a Tommy and Joe.
Nice.
He's, here.
This one,
Yes,
he's
definitely.
just drunk.
Actually,
Tommy.
forgive
You want
me.
to?
You can
When
take
he
it.
goes up it by his floor, or
Let me just get it put up.
You gotta.
When he
Gotta
plays
tell me.
the mouth, yeah.
He's got.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh no. Let the shop pay for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mine doesn't come out of the
Well,
shop
I just gave him
inventory.
the shop.
Is this?
That's incredible.
Just that one.
That's like a 1 in 100 pack odds.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Those are.
Did you get that out of a trove?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Ariel.
That's 2 enchanteds tonight.
Can't say.
What? Yeah.
Aurora.
That was the #1 card I wanted to see. That's a good one.
That's incredible.
She just literally can't say me this.
I don't even know what I'm
Trying to
doing.
watch you to figure out how to
Ariel
do
and
it.
Kevin left. So she.
I can't.
So the.
I don't even remember.
That's
how
why I
to
got the trophy.
Ink and Aurora.
Okay.
So she's chilling.
Why?
I don't know
what to tell him.
I didn't want to do that though.
Why am I in trouble?
3, 3, 1.
Yeah, 300.
What comic books
And I'm gonna do a little. So I'm gonna pay 3 Detective Mickey.
That's pretty
Berserk,
awesome,
right?
man. Can't believe you didn't let your kids open those.
Good thing you did.
Hey, they get
Sticky fingers on it.
Pokemon.
Check it out, live stream.
And then I wonder if I do it.
Congrats, Lauren.
Thanks, man.
Good job, big knuckles.
I thought my odds were slim.
I mean,
I can't believe you did
I'm
that for
gonna
what?
challenge
2 packs?
Olaf
3 packs?
here.
Yeah, that little pile.
Okay.
So I'll take the 1.
Just, that's cool.
I don't want to. And then he's exerted, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna quest for
So,
1.
It's a good card, man.
And then it's your turn.
is it? I thought it was that one.
No, they're all pretty. All the
Yeah,
cards
his
are
is
about
the same, right?
It's actually not that. It's not worth that much. You can.
Nick will take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Trade you a high five for it.
Yeah. Trade you a Hakuna Matata. No, what's that? Working together. Trade you working together.
Plus the regular steamboat. Regular scar.
Who has 0? So I mean.
Oh, let's do Beer Gusto.
That's a good one.
You got BLT?
Lauren got a hot
I hate that name.
You want me to open any for you?
Yeah, you need to open my booster.
What's your
I
foil
called
card?
the BLT earlier and couldn't remember what it
This
stood
is
for.
the-
Yeah, that's got a Cheshire Cat foil.
That's
Big,
okay.
big little Taylor. I know that's wrong.
You got a Cheshire foil?
Okay.
We quit using my sleeves.
I'll pay you for them.
That's not the point. I only have so many of my dragons.
We're trying to help Lauren out here, man. Lauren, this is a dope booster box.
How about to have Mickey sing Friends on the Other Side?
Whoa.
Draw 2.
That is smoking.
And then
I'm very distracted right now. Oh, you got a foil bell? Nice.
Look at it.
It's
Cat's over there wanting to trade. She wants to do some trading.
It's the item
She's my
bell,
favorite
right?
princess.
It's the one where she's doing something with
Oh,
the
she's like in this
engineer.
Yeah, Rush, right?
It's like the
Yeah.
steampunk
Just
looking
Yeah.
What an icon.
This is a great box.
One of the alt arts is a bell too.
I haven't seen it, no, but
That's cool.
Servers? No, it's not worth much.
I'm just saying it's cool.
I
That's
have
all.
the gold dress in my closet.
You could have challenged Tala. You could have done
I
it.
could
You
have.
keep choosing
Just
to ignore
those
her.
random nights when one
She's got
needs
one
to be
more.
full bell
She's
costume.
a
You know,
threat to be.
whenever I have her on the board, no one's going to attack her. But I'll run her into somebody just so
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if you throw some garbage out there.
Ariel,
She's a good cleanup
moving on
card. Do I do that? I don't think I want to do that.
Those are far.
They're still cool cards.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Very.
You playing that?
I actually haven't seen a lot of bells pulled, period.
Genie?
Genie foil.
I pulled
I
the
honestly
bell.
thought that was the Robin Hood.
You pulled the bell, and he pulled the bell. All 3 of us pulled
That's
bells.
cool,
Oh,
man.
that's the. I haven't
Ariel.
seen. That's like the one
But
princess
it's-
I've seen the least. I've
but it's
seen
the
more Auroras.
So-
princess bell.
Is there a Cinderella?
I pulled
There's a Cinderella.
There's Cinderella
Yeah.
in this.
That's
in
Aurora.
this deck.
She's kind of in
Aurora
the
is Cinderella.
Cinderella, yeah.
No. No, it's Aurora's Sleeping
Oh.
Beauty.
I've not seen a Cinderella in
All right, I'm
princess.
not gonna.
Cinderella.
Cinderella,
I
Cinderella.
thought Aurora was Cinderella's actual name.
Okay.
No.
Not to take too long because the clock's ticking. We're gonna pay 5. And we're gonna make a rush.
Yeah, here we go.
We're gonna play
Real big
Simba.
Here we go.
I'm gonna quest. I know for that, and then
It's okay.
Boys back in action.
don't want to double quest. You're not gonna trade that, so I'll quest for 2.
Yeah, do what you need
And
to
I'm
do.
good.
She's gonna give me some points. And Jafar's gonna
Put Dingle Hopper down.
Dingle Hopper.
Dingle Hopper.
It's my favorite card.
Dingle Hopper.
Dingle Hopper's done some work over on the other
Do
side.
they
right
they
there.
stack, don't they? Does Dingle Hopper stack? There's one item that doesn't stack. What is it? There's one. These baskets, coconuts stack.
Sure you want to buy a foil?
Lantern stack. There's one I thought I read on somewhere on Discord that they were like, no.
I mean,
I'll try to think about it.
The problem is, like, this came out today, so those prices are gonna, like, change so much.
I don't
Right.
remember.
I think
Because that could be a little broken. But
that, yeah.
Here's beautiful.
You got another foil.
I got 2
bell?
foil different bells.
Lauren, I don't want to hear about what you're pulling over there. 'Cause
Different bells.
3 for a wardrobe.
Her mad.
And one for
The problem is I'm gonna have to go through and see what all these are. I don't know. I got 2 bells.
Good.
It's a different.
Oh,
What are you at? You got 5?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like you're at like 100.
Card.
No.
I
These
think
aren't
I'd be
worth
in
much.
there. It's like
I'm
1
gonna have to put that one out.
5 to
You
1.
can give
See?
Nick. I may look at Bell though.
5 on 1 shot. Does that count?
Genie maybe?
I don't want to.
Hold on a minute. That one.
I question for
Those are the only 2 full. That's the starter deck, right?
Yeah, it's Corella.
Those are all gonna be the same though.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a bunch.
So
These are all the same. So
For the most part, you're gonna
Doing
find
some
a couple
math
of
right now.
randos in there.
yeah.
Inking Maximus. I mean, he's.
This just builds your deck.
Correct.
Yeah.
3.
I don't like that, but I think I'm gonna just try something. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait another turn to do that. So I'm gonna do.
I saw this card.
I'm gonna do a 2 for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Put top card of your
You got
deck
comics I want, I'm just saying.
in the inkwell face down. Is it exerted?
Let's not get
And
stupid,
exerted.
because
So now I'm down to 3.
What would you like me to send to CJ?
And then I'm gonna play.
I gotta do some research first.
We're gonna.
What? Yeah.
Which one do you think is more valuable?
That one. The engineer.
If you guess wrong, can I have the one that's not?
Don't do it.
Man, don't let the blonde hair fool you, dude.
Oh,
I'm
here we
blonde.
go. Here we go.
I'm blonde. I'm
the
not dumb.
Laurenisms. The Laurenisms.
I'm blonde. I'm not dumb.
Hey.
Which one? This one's actually almost worth $100.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna
What's
pay
this one?
3.
This
and
one's
we're
like
just gonna keep
$5.
ramping.
Yeah.
Put this one in there.
And then.
And then
when do I take advantage
trade
of
that to
I feel like
she's got
I
something
might not
on.
even need to use top one anymore.
I don't know what
I think
For her intended purpose. So
I think you might have an 8.
I don't even know how to play
in
the
that
game.
deck.
We may have a trade day too,
For a-
like
for
a
a
deck
starter?
building.
Well, like
Trying to think.
Well, this one is
Yeah, that's
me
true.
and
I at least have a 7.
this guy was Chad.
Amber,
We'll see what he pulls first before you go. I would hold on to these.
steel, sapphire steel.
No.
I see.
Let's make no mistake. Let's not get silly now.
Do what you got to do, man.
There's not much that I need.
He's got stuff I want.
Maui, isn't he in there?
Maui is an 8 anchor.
Yeah.
But I think that might be the only
So
one.
what I'm gonna do
That's cool.
is I might as well.
Another Aurora form.
That's all 3 Aurora
I'm
cards,
thinking about challenging.
except for the full art.
So I'll banish. Take 2.
Might-
Take 3. Take 3.
Oh, wait, that's a bill.
And then
Sorry.
I'll
Yeah,
add.
got a
I'll
full
gain a
art.
lure.
Okay, so they get 4.
I'm assuming I'm just looking for foils, right?
Because
I don't know what
that's okay for now. And then I'm going to.
Choice box.
I'll quest there as well.
The Lumineers trove he got was pretty money. Can you put your deck box
And
together
we'll
for me, sir?
probably just.
Oh, sure. I didn't. I mean, I was.
I got you at 5.
This is the cheap one.
I'm glad you're keeping track of things.
Try to do it for me.
It should be at least.
Oh my gosh, go.
I haven't ripped any of my packs yet.
Huh?
I haven't ripped anything yet, except for that starter deck.
I have Melissa's texting friends on the other side.
You're just
There's
leaving those
Gansu.
friends on the other side. Who plays 3 friends on the other side within the first second?
Right. Well, it's because you can get a pocket.
Yeah. If you play 6 of
That
those, I'm
doesn't
going to
feel
start
like
asking
it's worth
questions.
anything.
They were in my booster pack. All 8 of them.
All 8 of them. They came in the starter deck like that. You should be out. I think there's only 3 in that starter
I think there's only
That is the plan that you went
Surely they
with.
don't put 4 in there. What do you got?
Woody woot.
I do.
Another Rafiki with Rush, eh? Okay.
Dirty. And we'll play another wardrobe. Let's rush Simba.
Takes 2.
3.
Yeah, it takes 2.
No.
Your foil for that one is worth $20.
Not bad.
What about Simba?
Simba foil?
Simba. Since you had Rafiki. Simba.
Is that the foil one?
Which
Yeah,
one is it?
That's nice. I think, although it's a common, everybody's gonna who wants to foil things out. That's gonna be a really big use.
Is that the bodyguard Simba? The body, or is it the challenger?
Challenger.
There's nothing on Simba's foil card yet.
Simba.
But it's a pretty common card, so it's only $1 normal. Can't imagine it's worth it.
I think I need to do this.
And a Mickey Mouse.
So I'm going
No
to.
way. The foil? I think that's pretty common too.
I only got one of
Wayward
these.
Sorcerer.
I mean, it's Mickey.
Grab your swords. 2 damage
To each.
to each. Correct.
Well,
You'd think they'd
I'll
probably
over
make
there.
Mickey rare, not common.
And I only got one of those in the deck because they were
Alright, last one.
generous enough and not generous enough to give you 2. So you're at a 3-2 and a 3-1. Or 3-2 and 3-3.
You gonna try and figure out how to play
No,
it?
you got 2 wardrobes. Yeah.
And I have a bad tendency to put the dice over things.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to like.
That's
I'm gonna
worth
pay
$13.
one. I'm gonna pay 1 for captain.
At least it is today.
And then I'll quest.
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be
and
less.
then-
Yeah, I'll probably go tomorrow after people rip in their boxes.
Oh gosh.
Mufasa. I like that card.
Yeah. Let me quest for 2. 7.
Yep.
Okay, your turn.
Moana's worth $4.36.
That's low.
Moana.
Can I then play the cards that I
Right up here, yes.
Hey, Steamboat Pilot. Send me that. Isn't that $5?
If you wanted to play this,
That was only like, yeah, that's not very much.
put any ink down.
Four,
Because what if you put card that you would rather use history?
The evasion.
I can never keep them 2 straight. So that's the evasion one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
It
a lot
gives,
of cards.
It gives
Gives the
Floss
game.
an evasion. Okay. It's not the rush guy. Got it.
Okay.
That is really shitty deck box.
2 for Dr.
I wasn't gonna choose.
Is that the Challenger? Yeah, Challenger.
Yeah, that's 3 cards. Not even close.
All set.
Yeah.
See, this is a card I don't like in the starter deck. So I guess I can just ink it.
I was gonna say, it's either that one or it's something.
So I'm gonna ink.
I don't like that card either.
I don't like it.
Especially late game where they do.
Well, I had 3 of these.
Oh, he's like starter deck.
Yeah, I think so. What you want, Matt, and then
So
doesn't bother me.
it's gonna have to happen eventually.
Like this one has the.
Duke of Facilier.
This has the this stuff in it too. And the book and all that stuff.
So
A princess.
I'm gonna quest.
Are you on TCG?
That is invasive, eh?
Yeah.
So it can be targeted, but it can't be challenged.
Unless you're
Got it.
character.
Correct.
Yeah.
So let me. I don't like him. So I'm gonna smash him.
But like not each opponent.
I feel like I don't really want to trade into
okay.
anything
Oh, I see. Okay.
at the moment. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna quest for 2. So
It's
is that
like a Marvel card.
I'll take that.
I mean, so.
Oh, can I not do that? Do you mind if I take? Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll play it real.
Use these during the game, the foil ones.
Yeah, some people are gonna build out foil decks, so usable foil cards are gonna be rough.
Yeah, that's why I was saying like that. Friends on the other side. Yeah. Super playable card. It's gonna be even if it's common because it's the common.
All right, that's it.
And here's your key questions. Go for 3.
Yeah, we're just gonna race.
1, 2, 3. 10 to 11. Yeah.
I've already played 4 of these. I gotta.
And they're all.
They're all.
Hey, you know it's a bad card. It's always 4 ink.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Paying 3 for a Jasmine. Okay. I'll just do that to kind of show she's drying. And then. Is that
nice?
What's that?
Gantu?
Gantu?
Yeah.
Legend.
It's like a $20
Wait, is that a legendary foil? Gantu's a legendary.
Yeah.
It's a foil legendary.
Yeah.
I hate you so much. I used to like you.
Look, man.
I would.
I gave him money. He gave me a box. I opened it.
Now the only thing I can say is it's arguably one of the worst legendaries, I think. But it's a foil, so everyone's gonna want that card. So congratulations!
What movie was
Congratulations!
Gantu
You just
in?
paid for your comics for the next couple month. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay 3. I'm just gonna keep going wide.
Only if it's sold.
And jeez.
Out, I get to draw 2 cards.
Quest.
2. Okay. And I don't.
2 Auroras.
This is 5.
What are you? You're ahead of me.
11.
So he just does 2 damage.
Okay. So Maleficent's out.
We're gonna do what Hook does, and I'll just challenge. You can pick which one, and we're gonna banish each other, just to slow you down a little bit there, and then I'll quest for.
See, I just like this one because he's my favorite.
I'll quest for 3 total. I'll quest for 2 more. So 13.
Yeah.
And then here we go.
Perfect.
Now I'm top decking at this point. So if you want to play what's that card? Whole New World. That'd be awesome.
Oh, she's still dry.
Wait, is that even Amber? I can't remember. What is Whole New World?
That's steel.
Is it steel?
Okay,
Yep.
I don't have it.
Let's hope not.
In my start.
Well, actually, I'm gonna put a bunch of cards down, so I don't care if you do it. I can use them. All right, let's go.
Chris loves playing against a whole new world.
Yeah.
I don't like you anymore. I'm married to you, but other than that.
He doesn't have to like you. He has to love you, but yeah, he doesn't have to like
There
you.
we go. Oh man, so you're 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 on the board.
You don't have to count them.
I do.
No. I guess I should start paying attention to that as well, because we're getting to that point.
This is like part of the game where I'm gonna quest for 4.
You're gonna quest for 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Douglas.
Facility.
15. Go ahead.
Come on, the gods of the top deck. Let's see what you can give me. This is too many.
See, I would think that she would be like super powerful in this game.
Maleficent? There's like 6 forms of her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a couple.
This one not so much.
I love her actually because she draws you a card, and what's nice is she goes really well with that friends on the other side.
Oh yeah.
So you play that, you draw a card. Next turn, it's easy 2/2 and 1 quest for 1. It's not amazing, but it's for 3. So she can sing this song. So the next turn, I'm drawing 2 more cards, and it's not costing me more. So that's. I enjoy playing her in the starter decks. I don't know if she'll be.
Pay 2 for Aurora.
Great.
Well, and if they have a shift Maleficent later, she'll be good to have somebody to play on.
Yeah.
So
There's all those.
I gotta start. All right, math time.
Yeah. I need 5.
I
have 3 standing, so.
I need 8.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So
I got it, but I need to.
Yeah, well, that one's not.
Correct. Yeah, this is. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I see what you do. You put yours down.
I've watched a couple streams where people kind of put them half back.
Yeah.
And that's.
I usually do items and then this and then drying is 45 and then exerted is 90. But that's just my magic days.
Well, this is tapping in my magic days.
I know. Well, yeah. That's yeah. I'm trying to like not. I'm trying to like play by these rules, but it's
right.
always.
And I'm trying to use their terms.
Yeah.
Right?
You
So
got a flyer. No, you don't.
No,
you got a.
you
No.
have a basic, they challenge.
They don't
strength,
attack.
it's willpower,
They're characters,
it's
not
social.
creatures.
Yes. Yeah.
Can we still use graveyard though? Because there's some charm.
Yeah.
The elephant graveyard.
There you go. There you go. Keep it thematic. I gotta answer something here. So let me do. Man, do I take on the? I feel like I need to wipe out your wardrobe.
Well,
but you got your 2 lore 5.
So I need 5, right? And I have 3 guaranteed lists you can board wipe.
Correct.
Right. So
yeah,
if you leave her, game over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I have to tap my Jasmine into her to get you down to 2. So I would take 1. So I'm gonna challenge here. So you're at a 2.
That's 2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. This should be.
And then. So then you're at a 2/2.
Oof.
So I'm gonna have to sack 2 more.
They don't live through it.
Yeah. So I might as well do this and this. So I'll get rid of that, and then I'm gonna take 2 each, right?
I'll run out. Bust open my other starter packs just to get some
dice over here. We're good.
And do I want to keep going? That's the question.
So
yeah, I know. It's not a question.
Or do I want to just shake your hand?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go against Wardrobe, so we'll just do this and this against Wardrobe. Yeah. So that takes him down to 2. That's 3. So that nails both of these. Tala goes over here. Man. That's all I can. That's all I can stand.
Base hit draw.
Yeah, it tells you what everything is.
I could really go for like a.
You need 7 to win, so you can't swing the win. I will quest for 4.
You're just gonna keep me on. Yeah, I love that card.
What's that one? It's cool beast too.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some tanks, but they're kind of expensive right now. And they're ultra rares, so.
It's a Aurora foil.
Foil
or
Aurora.
Do 2 for mini. Let's do 3 for.
This is kind of cool.
Return a creature from your discard to your hand.
Whole thing.
And something's gonna be worth 2. Okay. Oh, I don't. That's horrible. What is,
No, you're
So kind of behind the industrial.
So everything has a base and a foil.
I thought I had 2 drop in. I don't. But I can play Olaf. So we'll pass the turn.
Everything has a base and a foil.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I believe it's just the legendaries have the other art.
The enchanted.
Anybody have that? Foil?
I don't know if we got it in foil, but I know we got. I don't think she was foil.
So I mean, I gotta keep playing stuff. Would you make me?
If you can't do anything about these guys, it's game.
Yeah. Yep. That's game. Appreciate it. Boom. Dang.
Right?
Yes.
I'm horrible names, so if we do this again, I apologize.
That's okay.
If we do it 6 more times, yeah, like I said.
That's okay.
My name ready. Lorcana.
Lauren.
Shut up.
You won't forget it now, will you?
And Chris.
I'm trying.
Chris. Yes.
Like,
Alright, good job, man.
Lorcana.
You beat me in my first legit Lorcana in-person game.
Yeah, and
congratulations.
And I felt like it's the first one I have. I wasn't teaching somebody.
Oh, nice. It felt good. It felt good.
I like the game. I like that I only play on my turn. It doesn't feel bad to lose.
There's no instance. None of that garbage where you're like...
If you've played Magic, and you've sat across from somebody who plays Control, or you've played Control, you've watched somebody go, I'm so excited, and just watch their whole...
Yeah.
Yay, I don't get to play this turn.
Do you think they're going to introduce interrupts, though, in like second chapters and stuff?
I don't think so.
I think they're going to keep it pretty... Yeah.
Now there might be like one item that does something, but it's got to be also in the storyline. So is there something in the storyline that does that? Right? I'm sure there is, right? There's enough Disney stories.
What's a character that interrupts people all the time? There's got to be a Disney character that interrupts.
These that are obnoxious, like the Cancel Escape.
I haven't seen enough of those movies.
Right. Well, what I'm looking forward to.
It is in fact my
I think I'm bringing Star Wars into it. So
I don't think so.
Marvel
That's one thing I'm pretty strong on. I think that they're going to keep it Disney characters.
Pixar. Disney Pixar.
I think that's fair game.
I would. That would be fun too.
Maybe.
Welcome to the table. Our one and only.
But I don't want to go too nuts. Like, and that's one of the reasons I got away from Magic. Because it's
Lord of the Rings. And
shut up.
The only collaboration I enjoyed for Magic was they did a. So there's a comic book artist, Fiona Staples. She's like one of my favorites. She did a promo set. She did like 5 cards. The Secret Rares. There's that white box. And so I still have it sealed at home. I won't even want to open it, but she's like one of my favorite artists of all time. So.
When they first introduced those secret layer things, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then they kept going.
Oh yeah, well they beat it to death like anything else.
She does card alters, which
cool.
It's really neat. Yeah. But now they're doing like animated ones. It's kind of, it takes away from.
It's just too much.
Yeah. Right? If you want something really cool in the cards, you go to somebody to get that done. But now you can buy all these awkward, weird cards. Like Transformers are cool, but again, let's spend hundreds of dollars on a transform.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's dead.
Party.
If you'd like to see.
Orders available at, you know, like, oh, nice. You could, like, wipe it out here. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it's gonna go down. Oh, wait now.
I don't have a lot of videos, but I
Oh, no.
love to know about
Double quest.
This was a playmat that I
So
wanted.
close.
That was
Game
fun.
point.
What was it originally?
Just plain white. Ultra Pro, they have ones that they sell for.
Yeah.
And you can use marker or whatever.
Let's see what I get.
Oh, that's
I get a lot of
Oh, I
anime.
found that one. I just pulled.
Okay.
But I don't need to ink anything.
That's cool.
Um,
Do you like
well,
commissions and
that
stuff?
keeps
Like,
me
how
in
does
it.
Yeah, that's what all these
So,
are.
all
Um,
commissions? Let me get your Instagram.
For Pongo.
I love that
Because
we're
my
gonna
daughter's
do
like,
Yes. And
I
then
have a-
one, two, three for Aladdin. When you play Aladdin, your opponent loses one wolf.
That's the Demon Slayer one I did.
Down
Okay.
18.
Of course. That's so sweet. Yeah, let me find that.
Yeah, it's Clark Alders, just like her last name.
Sure.
And
Awesome.
then
Yep.
how much does he have? 2?
Yeah, I might have to hit you up for something like that. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's awesome.
I can get. Yeah.
Or actually, let me get my daughter. She wants. I want her to see.
Okay. So
Actually, I got you.
I'm hanging on by a thread. Listen to Jeff Stone.
Nick, have you seen any of the these ones yet?
Oh, yeah. Is that the Gen Con one?
Yeah, from D23, not Gen Con.
That's awesome.
I wasn't able to go, but I got it online.
I never saw that. That's cool. I got that Lorcana one on top, and like that one's awesome.
We just got this one today here.
That's so cool. You got that other one. I hope they
He's back in the game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So it's $20 card.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's $20, but this bell probably.
Well,
we have to play an extra one.
Joey, where's the girl?
Yes,
Okay.
we play an extra equal return.
One's got the foil one of this.
Whatever I need to, whatever this card is, it needs to win.
Lauren's got
the entire
the
game at one time.
We're asking a lot of you, card.
Yeah.
What is this at?
So it's at 3.
Load it up.
Smash.
Taking them out. Alright, I respect that.
And I didn't
We're in the alley,
realize
Nick.
this first,
All right.
but his name is actually Marshall.
Thank you.
Alright, well, this is, I
Wheels.
think, the end of the game for me. Because I can't do anything about Jafar.
Oh,
I can't
hey,
win.
yeah, iPhone charger. We got a ringer over here.
There's one in my car, but it's
So-
USB-C.
Is that it?
Captain.
Captain?
And then I would get up to 15. And I could get rid of many with my shield.
No, easy. I see really.
You would still finish. Alright, good game.
Alright.
Hey, you stuck it out, yeah.
We did it!
You didn't think you were gonna make it, did you?
I didn't think I was gonna make it at all. It's the first card game I've ever played.
Good game.
Good game indeed.
How many did you play tonight?
That was 4.
How many have you won?
What?